They're home alone. And
So
said,
what would your
there's
reaction?
strangers out shooting hoops, and they're dunking on my
What
own.
would your reaction be if you looked out your bay window?
Well, I
bay
had
window.
a basketball hoop for years.
Oh, he's
but,
blessed.
But
He's
I know,
definitely a bay window.
I know the neighbors. So if the neighbors shot there, it's no big deal. But if it was some stranger
But
all of a sudden on my driveway,
Well,
I'd
let's
say,
say
what
I
in
was-
the world?
Let's say I was boxing out Iggy or backing him up in the paint and did a sky hook in your driveway.
Don't you think it would be weird if you had a house and a driveway and a basketball hoop and total strangers are out there playing?
No, I'm from a small town where the community gets together and
But you probably also knew everybody who would
you can
play.
use everybody. Yeah, well, that's the problem with society today. Nobody wants to get to know people. So when me and Iggy are out there shooting hoops, instead of coming out and acting if you want to get a 2-on-2 game going with you and John Vaughn, you probably call the cops. That's the problem with
I don't believe I'd call the police.
big metropolitan areas these days.
We're just free spirits. We just didn't mean anything by it. We just saw a basketball laying in the street.
Was it during one of the smoke breaks?
Yeah, during the Alabama game.
Roll Tide.
The basketball was
It was
just
a tight game. I don't know how you got away from it.
Well, I think it was probably halftime.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's Private Exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With Private Exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass Private Exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today, to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown and Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown and Crouppen, justice is our business.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
If you talk to someone who has had a kitchen remodel, say, from Collier and Thompson, they'd probably love to show it to you and say, look what our place looks like now. Collier and Thompson does it, and they do it right. Also, football season is here. You might want to update that man cave. Nothing better than sitting in a comfortable man cave, and Collier and Thompson can make it look like the best place in your house. You want an appliance? Maybe an appliance for the holidays. You're thinking about that. They've got the top brand names. They got Bosch, Thermador, Wolf, Sub-Zero. Got them all. Old Stacy is the appliance guy. He'll do you right. Matthew and Eric are the appliance installers. Also, they are looking to hire some lead contractors. If that is your line of work and you'd like to work for the best company in town that does this sort of stuff, Collier and Thompson is the one to look for. They've got almost everything, and it's all right there in-house. No need to go to 5 or 8 different places to remodel one room. With Collier and Thompson, the countertops, appliances, lighting, flooring, hardware, plumbing, electric, you name it, it is all right there in-house. They will take absolutely great care of you. Collier and Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier and Thompson, come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
Billiken Nation, this is your head coach, Josh Schertz. We want everyone to know Slooh is for the Lou, so get your full season tickets now for as low as $125 or experience the excitement up close with 100 level seats for $540 by visiting sloohbillikens.com today. The 24-25 home schedule is a competitive one, with many teams picking at the top of their respective leagues. Pack Shafer Arena to show the nation Slooh is for the Lou. Buy your tickets now by visiting SloohBillikens.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hannon with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor. It does not provide tax advice.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer, as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all four TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, brown coriander, and fresh whole oranges. And now you can pick up the TMA Banty Brew at Salt and Smoke or at any area Friar Tuck's location. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at tmastl.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charleville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at tmastl.com. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
707, Doug in St. Louis.
I can't hear you.
What?
Okay, now I can. Where's Tim? Where is Tim?
Get it out of your system.
Okay.
It's Tim's birthday.
Well, where's Jackson?
Jackson's in Chi-Town.
Okay.
Remember he had that family golf tournament thing?
Yeah, okay.
We wouldn't, as non-Ledoux kids, we wouldn't really know anything about that.
No.
So we got the C squad in today.
Well, that's not a nice thing to say.
Rude.
Yes.
I got up early for this.
Yeah, me too. You're listening to TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganass St. Louis Acura, Munganass Burkhart, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Kind of going around here to my left. At about 11 o'clock, we got the eye candy, Douglas Elvenbos.
Yes.
3 o'clock to my right, over here in Brody's chair, we've got Iggy Strode.
There he is. Hello, Iggy.
I'm hiding over here.
Why?
I like being in the cuck corner.
You're off camera.
Yeah, I love it.
You like that. Directly across from me, due north, 12 o'clock, I've got Marshy Marsh from the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Hello. It's good to be back.
Famous for his biceps that Jackson describes.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I don't know about that.
His flowing
iron
locks.
bra?
No, not really. Not as of late.
Okay.
And then I would say at about 2 o'clock, just behind this computer, the always wonderful Liv Maddox from 105.7.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So
Happy to be
we
here.
got a full dais today, Doug.
Everybody been pumping iron but me?
You look kind of lithe still.
Well, no.
What do you do when you go to the gym?
Oh, Not too much. I do some balance exercises.
Squats?
Balancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had like a major stroke.
Okay.
So just walking down the street can be difficult.
Sure.
I kind of walk now like someone learning to ice skate, where I'm okay. If we just go around in a circle and no one hits me, I'm fine. But at the first bump, all bets are off at that point. I'd lift a little light weights and do a little treadmill, and I try to run up and down a basketball court every now and then just so I can still run a little bit.
I've been in a real rut lately when it comes to the gym. I think I've been consuming more Busch Lights as of late than I have going to the gym. So
it's light though, so good for you.
It is, yeah. I'm watching my figure, of course, with the Busch Lights.
You let yourself go?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh.
No, I've been in a rut trying to get up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
I used to go a lot.
Leg day.
We talked about you a couple times. What was it, a couple weeks ago? That they were the Point, Learn, and Riz and those guys were trashing you for finishing last every week in your football team.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That is what it is. I was horrible these past few weeks, but, we move on. It is what it is. I'm not worried about what they have to say. They're always talking trash.
That's right.
Let
it go.
I am going to let it go.
Okay.
Have you been getting shot?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got shot twice on Tuesday, and we're supposed to get hit in the butt, right?
Yeah.
I got shot in the lower back.
Oh,
Oh, it hurt super
Who
bad.
shot you?
Carrie Davis.
What do you get shot with?
A BB gun.
It's like this little
BB gun?
it's like this airsoft gun.
Yeah,
I've been
airsoft
shot
gun.
by it too. It's not pleasant.
I wouldn't think.
No. I got shot on a stage at the pageant several times.
Oh, gosh.
During a spelling bee.
Oh, yes.
I did win.
That's a rough crowd.
Ooh.
They shoot you if you misspell the word?
That's exactly what they did. And it was like weird words, like I had to spell diarrhea.
Oh.
Which I got right.
Do you think you could do it again?
I don't know. I think the adrenaline and like being under threat of being shot by Moon, that kind of helped.
They just have it. They've got a gun pointed at you while you spell.
Yeah, we all were standing on stage back to the audience, and it was like you had to get if you got 2 words wrong, you were out, but you would get shot whenever you got the words wrong. It came down to Rafe Williams and myself, and we were both just going back and forth, and neither one of us could like out misspell each other. And for a while, I did beat him, but man,
You got shot for getting that thing right?
well, whenever I'd spell a word wrong.
Oh, wrong.
But I spelled the least amount of words wrong, so I still won. I still got shot.
Yeah, at least you got shot when you left for your car, which happens down there sometimes.
You wear goggles or something to keep from getting shot in the eye?
No. I mean, my butt's a pretty big target.
Oh!
I think it'd be kind of hard to get my eyeball.
That'd be quite the ricochet.
Yeah.
So you were turned around, at least.
Yeah.
Oh. You ever been hit by the paintball bullet? One of those paintball guns?
I don't.
That hurts, too.
I don't know if I ever have, actually. No, I don't think so.
That used to be a big thing. I don't think people play a lot of paintball anymore.
I went paintballing one time, and I got shot right in the face. It was one of those. Yeah. It was one of the things where like they have the barrier, and I'm kind of because at the time I was playing Call of Duty, and I thought, man, I know what to do, right? I've been doing this for years now, playing video games. It was completely different, and
Imagine that.
I stuck my head up, and immediately as my head went up, just boom, right in between the eyes, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't see.
You were wearing goggles in, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it still hurts, though.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting shot right in the face.
It gives you just a hint of what it would be like in the real thing, of the chaos and the fear and what you would go through if that bullet had torn your head off instead of,
I was going to say,
I quit.
I don't know if I feel that one. I think I'd be dead.
Yeah.
But maybe not. I don't know. Even if I were still alive, I could.
It's the wussification of America that there is no paintball anymore. It's laser tag. You can't shoot with the paintball. You got to get hit with like a little beam, and then it hits your vest, and beep, 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 you're out. That's just boring as hell.
Well, people did get hurt a little bit in paintball every now and then. You could take a paintball to the face where it didn't hit the goggle or something. It really hurt.
Marshy Marsh took it to the face. He's fine.
But it hit a goggle, right? It hit you in the goggle.
It hit me right in the goggles.
Yeah.
But then when I got up, I'm still a target, so people are still shooting my way. So I did get hit in the back of the head and in the butt.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh, it hurt a lot. Yeah. That was the last time I went paintballing.
Yeah.
Well, get involved today. We've got the same Channels as always, Doug. Nothing's changed except for a couple of the faces.
All right.
We've got the Shafer Door text inbox at 314-881-TMA5. Some have already started to get involved on the text inbox a little bit, like Harrison's brother Master, who says, learn 7-Eleven, creep. So he's already back for you, Iggy. That didn't take long.
This guy's just got to go.
No.
You gonna block him?
No.
You could beat him in golf and have him vanquished.
No, I don't want to be anywhere near this man.
Oh, gosh.
Liv, this is the guy that complains if I mention my Megan Meyer Foundation charity Gobble Bowl coming up.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
He says I mention Gobble Bowl too much. He's tired of it.
Gobble bowl, gobble bowl, gobble.
In this case, it was learn. They also keep track of how quick Iggy mentions learn on our show.
Well,
She's a delightful human.
Yes.
It was topical, too. We were talking about Marsh being brought up on the show, and that's how it was brought up.
Somebody else who's
And then we
getting
talked about how good-looking Marsh is, and...
Well, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Well,
What in the world is happening right now?
I asked Harrison Masturbator. He's the one who brought it up.
Doug, can you admit when another man is handsome or attractive, or do you not have that in you?
Not usually. I don't usually have that in me, no.
You're not comfortable enough with yourself to admit something like that?
I guess so.
Look over to Marsh and tell him how cute he is.
You're a wonderful gentleman.
Thank you.
I did see somebody in the YouTube comments comment on the mustache and wanting to take a ride on one of you. I couldn't figure out which one it was, but...
I don't have a mustache, so... Either does Doug.
It's got to be KG, right? Every day I look in the mirror at this thing and I think, this has got to go.
Why?
It's just kind of ridiculous looking. But I always tell myself, just give it one more day. Don't make an emotional decision.
Yeah.
If you still feel that way tomorrow, maybe you can get rid of it. And I have felt that way every time, but once it's gone, it's gone. So I kind of want to ride it out.
Could you turn it into a handlebar mustache?
I don't know how long that would take. And then you get, what, the wax, and you kind of twist the ends?
Now, that would be an interesting look.
So I actually just did that.
Oh,
not too long ago. Yeah, we had a listener in our YouTube chat who said that I couldn't grow facial hair, which I can grow facial hair pretty quickly. And they said, well, you can't do a Raleigh Fingers mustache. And I was like, well, bet. Like, I'll absolutely do that. So I grew out my entire beard. It took me about 2 months, and I had a thick beard, and I waited just at the right time when the mustache started to twirl, and then I got the wax, and I shaved the beard, and I had the mustache, twirled the stash, had it at work, and then went home and shaved it.
Huh. You showed him.
I did. That was the whole point.
Why didn't you keep it?
Because I did what I needed to do, and then I was done.
You don't see a lot of those anymore.
No.
Ruin me.
Oh, I guess it used to be a thing way back when. People would have those. But now I really haven't seen one since Raleigh Fingers.
You don't look like you grow a lot of facial hair.
No, I've got nothing.
What if you did not... do you still shave with like with cream and a hot razor?
No, I never have.
How long?
Just an electric razor for about 15 seconds will do it.
If you didn't shave, if you didn't touch it for a week, what would you look like?
Rip Van Winkle.
Rip Van Winkle?
No, I'd have next to nothing. Just a little scrubble here and there.
What's your chest look like? You kind of got a little V going on.
I need dinner and a movie before I show you that.
You got some nice facial hair. What about down here for you?
Oh yeah, no, it's hairy.
Yeah.
Not that hairy. Like, don't get it. Maybe not like that.
Are we really going to take our shirts off on this show?
If the YouTube viewers gets up to, we'll say 400 today, I'll take my shirt off.
You would?
500, I agreed I would get tasered.
That'll do it.
Ooh.
But for 400, I think I would take the top off.
Oh, my.
I feel like those aren't even in the same, like, sentence.
I feel like there should be some steps in between.
Yeah, right?
Like shirt off and tase. I think there needs to be a couple of other, I don't know, pants off or something.
Remember when Larry Connors got tasered? It's not a pleasant thing.
I do remember that. I don't have that drop handy, though. So if you put me on the spot, I don't appreciate that.
You guys may not remember Larry Connors. He was an anchorman at Channel 4 for years and years. And he did a thing where he got tested getting tasered on camera, where the police actually tasered him with a shot to the chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, babe.
He went down like a sack of rocks.
And some people are weighing in on the facial hair in the text inbox. The total package says, I'll ride that stash.
Oh, gosh.
That's a nice little feather in my cap. And Flip Wilson says, KG, don't shave until the gers lose. It's basically a playoff beard.
Oh.
So that would mean I would have to wait until at least October 5th, going down to College Station.
Yeah, that's not that
Kyle Field. Yeah. And I think the bye week's going to come at the perfect time. I think Brady's going to get some things figured out. I think they're going to reevaluate what they're doing with the offensive play calling, and I got them winning down in College Station.
Have you?
I do.
So are you going to not shave until then?
It's something to think about. I'll ponder it over the weekend.
All right.
Are you guys talking much Mizzou football on the fast lane?
Yeah, we've been talking about it here and there. Probably like a segment or two every day.
What's the consensus? Do you guys take? You read text? I don't think you take calls, do you?
We have mic drops.
Okay. What's the consensus of the people? Are they on board with the Tigers? Not so much.
You talking about like us or the listeners?
The listeners.
Well, I don't know if every listener loves Mizzou by any means. We have some Illinois fans that, of course, listen. But I think for the most part, I think they think they're fine. They're fine.
I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, this isn't sports radio anymore. People still think this is a sports show. It started out as a sports show. But being in sports radio for 30-plus years, when the Blues aren't playing, we have no football team, the Cardinals suck. I don't know what you guys do for 3 hours every day.
We just joke around and do our best. I don't know.
I just think it would be difficult to go in and talk sports for 3 hours when it just sucks here.
People love to be angry, and so
I don't know what makes you say that.
Well, look at our text line. The Cardinals, they're just. I mean, they're okay. You know, they're a lot better than they were last year. But man, like they just provide so much content. Like even if they suck, they provide so much content. And now I think a lot of the listeners are probably over it. They're probably done hearing about it. And that's great because Blues hockey's about to start up here in a few weeks. College football's in full swing. The NFL's in full swing. So we're not missing out on topics by any means. Like we have a lot of different things to talk about that doesn't necessarily have to be the Cardinals.
Liv, have you gotten into Mizzou football? Are you all about the Maine Black Bears?
You know what? Honestly, I haven't really gotten into college football. I'm hoping to go to a Mizzou game this year, though, because my husband actually works at the hospital out there.
Oh, he does?
So easy access there. So really the only football that I'm super into right now is the Battlehawks. I cannot wait for Battlehawk season. That is my absolute favorite.
You go to a lot of those games?
I try to.
Do you consider yourself a Hoosier gal?
I don't know if I'd fall into that category, but maybe I'd own it.
Oh, would you?
I'd love it.
I don't think there's Hoosiers in Maine.
You just call them rednecks or hicks up there. I mean, it's just potato.
They have some though, don't they? Rednecks, hicks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they?
Oh, absolutely.
They wear red Mackinaws and chop down trees.
It's just a lot of like Realtree and Carhartt, things like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, do you miss Maine?
I was actually there just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. I do. I miss the ocean and the fresh air. Like the air is just different up there. I miss my family, of course, but I don't miss the winters.
Went a lot tougher there than here?
God, yes.
Yeah.
God, yes. Like what I tell people is like, do you know what it's like to step outside your door, take a breath in the snot in your nose and your boogers freeze instantly? Oh. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And I've experienced it every year, and it's not fun. Or coming home from work. I remember I used to be doing mornings, and I came home from work one day. Snow just came down like crazy throughout the morning before my landlords could get to shoveling, and I was walking through knee-deep snow to get to my apartment. Don't miss that.
No.
You must have thought it was like Florida here last winter.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm like, where's the actual snow? But then the thing is when it does snow, even just a dusting here, everyone panics. Nobody knows how to drive in it. There's not as many sand and salt trucks. So that's a little bit different.
We had what might have been our warmest winter ever this last year.
Yeah, we had that one ice storm.
How many years have you been here now? Was this your first winter here?
No. I've just started my third year here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got a taste of it a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But last winter was like the best we've ever had.
It was great. Yeah. I was like, when is winter?
Yeah, we didn't really have it.
Now, did you elope? Because I knew you were getting married. But
yeah, we eloped while we were there. Oh, yeah.
I didn't think you were getting married that quickly.
Oh, yeah. We're just like, screw it. We're both in our 30s. Why wait? Like, to save money to have a big wedding, we would have to wait like 2 years. Everything's so expensive these days. It's like, why bother? We already had the plan to go to Maine. I knew somebody who could marry us, and Maine notaries can marry you. My former co-host married us. My friend's a photographer. I'm like, let's do this on the cheap.
Yeah.
We already lived together. Nothing really changed.
Right.
So, yeah.
You just didn't have one big party that cost your parents $80,000.
And they wouldn't have paid that anyway. But logistically, like with my family in Maine, his family in Colorado, and then us having people here, logistically, that sounded like hell. I wanted nothing to do with that.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Like, let's just go do it. Get it done.
My son's going through that right now, living in Florida. Families in St. Louis, other families spread out around the country. Whatever you do is going to cost somebody about $2,000 or $3,000 just to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Maine people don't get out much. Like, I knew that a lot of my family just wouldn't if we had it out here. So I'm like, let's just not bother. I don't need it.
Well, Doug, texts are coming in fast and furious to the Shafer Door text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. And really, it looks like a lot of the texters are just taking this opportunity to kind of ask some questions of the people on the dais. So I'm just going to kind of go rapid fire here.
Why, sure.
I think this one's probably for Liv from Junior the Juice Man. What about the foliage in Maine? Doug loves foliage.
I don't. You can look at leaves anywhere. I heard a report on the radio yesterday that Missouri should have the best leaf viewing in the nation this year because we had we've had some rain and a really warm summer for whatever the formula was, that the leaf viewing here should be about as good as it is anywhere in the country. I don't want to go somewhere just to look at leaves.
Where's the best spot around here if you were going to take a little foliage drive?
Somewhere where there are trees.
Well, there's trees everywhere.
Okay, well, that's where you go to look at leaves. Go to your backyard.
A drive down to the Ozarks, I think, would be pretty.
I guess.
Well, see, here's the thing with Maine. Like, it's a huge, like, a big tourist boom. We call them leaf peepers. Like, people come to Maine to look at the leaves.
Really?
We're coming up on that season. And, and I think it's beautiful. I don't think it compares to Maine here, honestly. I think it's a lot better. But again, it's still their leaves. Yeah. The other thing to remember, too, is Maine doesn't have billboards. They're illegal. Yeah, you don't have it's Maine and Vermont. You don't have billboards, so it's kind of nice to just see the trees and not like the local lawyer's face, like right in the middle of the foliage. So I get it.
Now there's a Family Guy episode where, because Family Guy is supposed to be in Maine, and every year the New Yorkers come down to see the foliage. And the whole thing is these New Yorkers take over Maine to see the leaves, and they just trash the place, and it's a whole thing.
Yep, I believe it.
They call them leafers.
Why is it so exciting to see
I was just going to say, that sounds crazy.
Oh, boy, you look at it once, you go, okay, it's kind of pretty. Okay, now what are we going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to sit there and spend all day looking at leaves?
Well, see, so the town that I'm from is called Damascotta, and every year they do this thing called Pumpkin Fest. So that brings a lot of people too. And
sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It kind of does. But so what they do is farmers all around the state and individuals grow giant-ass pumpkins, huge. Yeah. They drop them along Main Street. Artists come, carve them, paint them, all that. So everyone comes for that. And then they do all these events, like the pumpkin drop, where they'll drop giant pumpkins on cars. And that's a whole thing.
What does it do to the car?
It squishes them.
Really?
Because they bring them up on a crane, the pumpkin, and you just drop them down. And that brings so many people to come see that. And then they do the pumpkin regatta in the river where you race pumpkins. Like you carve out a pumpkin like it's a boat, and you paddle like hell to win a race, and then they have outboard motors on other ones in the other heat, which I've participated in this, and it's not easy.
It's a large pumpkin.
It's a large pumpkin, and I was in there on my knees. You know, I didn't lose. I mean, I didn't fall in, but I did come in last. But yeah, it's a whole thing up there. It's just, you want the vibes of the pumpkins and the leaves and the pumpkin spice lattes and the New England beauty and all that.
Okay.
So some things are just pretty, Doug. I mean,
well, but we have it here.
Yeah, but why are you poo-pooing on people that like to look at beauty?
I'm not poo-pooing beauty lookers.
Well, we're getting some fact-checking here in the Shafer Door text inbox. Shakira Sanders says, Family Guy's in Rhode Island. Good try, though. Tell us about the documentary you watched called Family Guy.
Oh.
Isn't it close to Rhode Island, close to Maine?
Yeah, it would probably be 5 or 6 hours.
Maxwell Hung says Family Guy is in Rhode Island, Ken. Doug's Prison Wallet says Family Guy is in Massachusetts, not Maine. Wrong again, Iggy.
Oh, so which one is it? Like, where is Quahog at?
I think it is Rhode Island, but I don't know. I was always a South Park girl, and I felt like I was betraying South Park to watch Family Guy.
And this
It's a
one's for the-
cartoon, and I didn't live there, so I just thought it was Maine.
And this
But they
one,
did come
I'm
to see
gonna
the Foliage.
dedicate this text to the lovely people on the TMA Reddit, Doug.
Are you? Okay.
This comes from the recovering alcoholic. He says, "Liv, are you going to Monday Night Raw in a couple weeks? Let's meet up so I can offer you my wife and talk about Doug's bulge."
Oh, God. What kind of text is that?
He's a sponsor. He's a sponsor, by the way.
Is that what is it a PLE? Is it called Battle of the Bulge?
What's PLE?
Premium live event.
Are you a wrestling fan?
Huge.
Oh, I love wrestling.
So if ESPN ever needs a wrestling segment, sign me up. No, I plan to be there right now. I don't have my tickets yet, and I'm trying like hell to get Randy Orton to come visit me.
I saw that. You tweeted at him.
He hasn't gotten back to me.
The Viper.
You're not going to give up, are you?
I got to figure out how else, because his DMs, I can't slide in his DMs, so I got to figure out another way to get a hold of him. Somebody had called and left a message with the front desk, like, "Hey, I have Randy Orton's number." I'm like, "Who are you? Why would I trust you? I'm not going to just call some random number and trust you, thinking you know the Viper."
I think his dad still lives here, doesn't he?
Cowboy Bob.
Oh, yeah, and Randy lives here. He lives, I don't know, like St. Anne,
I did a story
something.
with him once when back at Channel 4 when I was there. We did a story on the dad, Cowboy. He lived in
Cowboy Bob.
Florissant. I don't know why we did the story, but we did. And Randy Orton was there as a high school kid, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Hazelwood Central.
that's about the area that it was.
Yeah, Donnie Fandango remembers, because he was like a couple of years ahead of Randy, and he remembers Randy and Cowboy Bob coming around the high school, and just thinking it was kind of cool. Local celebrity.
But you're into that, are you?
Oh, huge. I went to Survivor Series up in Chicago last November, and tickets aren't on sale yet, but I've already booked my Airbnb for the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis in January, February, whatever it is.
Cody Rhodes still have the belt?
Yes.
And him and Roman are teaming up to try to fight back against the bloodline, the new bloodline.
Yes. They had this great promo last week on SmackDown where they met up at Georgia Tech in Atlanta, because Cody's from Atlanta. Roman Reigns played football at Georgia Tech. And, it's just, people forget that WWE, it really is like a theater. It really truly. It's athletic theater.
You gotta lean into it.
You gotta lean into it, and they are doing such a good job right now with Triple H being head of creative. It's just, this is a great. If you haven't watched wrestling in a while, get back into it.
So I was one of those people. I haven't watched wrestling since maybe I was like 6 years old, and then I watched WrestleMania in Philly, and I was like, oh my goodness. What have I been missing? This is so much fun. Granted, I was a few beers deep, but from that time, I have kept up with everything. Like, I'm watching SmackDown and Raw, and now they're moving to Netflix here soon. Like, that's going to be fun. And I just think what they're doing it's been awesome. It's been so much fun. Like, I thought SummerSlam, which is like the next biggest thing to WrestleMania, was amazing.
That was top tier. And the thing with this WrestleMania, especially the main event on Sunday, you had The Rock, and then you had The Undertaker show up out of nowhere. So if you were a fan back in the day, like, that was kind of a full circle moment. Like, these people are still around and they're still part of it. And I don't know, I preach the word of WWE to whoever will listen.
And you know what? What I love about WWE, and you don't really see this from like a lot of other companies, because they're putting money first in front of the consumers, but WWE, they listen to their fans, and that was a huge thing with Cody Rhodes. He would not have the belt if the fans didn't step in.
Oh, absolutely. There was like this huge campaign where at first it looked like they were going to have Roman versus The Rock, which will happen one day, this whole, backstory of them being part of the same family. And everyone was like, no, Cody deserves this. They campaigned online, at shows. The Rock ended up leading into it. They built it up. They had this event leading up to WrestleMania in Vegas where, like, The Rock slapped Cody Rhodes across the face. And they built up this story all on the backs of the fans, and the fans absolutely loved it. And it's pretty incredible to be part of all of that as a fan.
Have you done anything with God, what's it called? Glory Hole? Glory...
What?
Glory Pro.
What in the world? Pro.
I believe Glory Pro.
Glory
is what you're
Pro.
looking
Yeah,
for.
so Glory Pro, they do December to Remember every winter. And unfortunately, last year I was in Maine during that event, and they had messaged me at one point to like interrupt the match and hit someone with a steel chair. So I was so bummed that I couldn't be part of that. So maybe, who knows, this year we'll do something. But I was part of Grandel Wrestling. I get to be like the backstage interviewer with everybody, and that was so much fun.
Do you watch this just for the laughs, or because you're really rooting for someone to win or lose?
It's like watching any show, like anything you'd watch on Netflix. There's a storyline to be invested in, but then you get that extra layer of accessibility. Like, if you say really like the show NCIS, you can't just go to Enterprise Center and watch NCIS live. So that extra element is super, super fun to me. And I watched it growing up, so there's a nostalgia element to it as well.
And they pay things off too, which is huge. You know, sometimes they'll set things up and you're like, okay, well, where is this going? And then like 6 or 7 months later, it's paid off. And you're like, oh my!
It's so satisfying.
It's
so
crazy.
satisfying.
I've told this story before, but back in the day, when WWE would bring an event in, usually about a month before, they would bring a wrestler in to promote the event, which they don't really do anymore. But we've had Ric Flair, we've had Hulk Hogan, we've had Goldberg. All of these guys had come in the studio, and I didn't watch wrestling. And this guy called me and says, we have Goldberg coming in to promote him. You want him on the show? I said, I don't know who that is.
The goalie from Mighty Ducks.
I didn't watch wrestling. I said, yeah, that's fine. And he came in, and he's walking around looking at all the pictures on the wall, and I said, hey, Goldberg, we're up. And he was the coolest guy.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I started watching wrestling. And then when he retired, I quit watching wrestling. I haven't watched it since Goldberg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we had all those guys. Bischoff has been in. All those guys have come in.
Well,
So
Doug,
cool.
they're not happy with the conversation in the Shafer Door text inbox. The 618 says, tell these two nerds to quit talking about wrestling. No one cares.
Never.
Harrison's brother, Master, who really is just never really happy about anything,
he's
says,
bitter.
dude, nobody gives a F about wrestling. Wow. And that wrestling conversation, I believe it was brought up by the recovering alcoholic who is involved with the Illinois Recovery Center. And Doug, we're going to take this opportunity to hear just a little bit about the Illinois Recovery Center.
Okay, that'd be nice.
Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing a path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? A holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and top-notch facility and accommodation. Whether you are making the life-saving choice to seek help on your own, or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
And we are in the Munganast St. Louis Acura, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. And we're also going to hear a little bit about Munganast. Doug, I don't need a new whip right now.
No.
And I haven't gotten the chance to go there yet. I hear
Well, you
great things
should.
about the waiting room.
Yeah, oh,
the
gosh.
service there, just top notch. So let's hear a little bit about Munganast.
Okay, let's do it.
Munganast St. Louis Acura and Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour sponsor on TMA, sponsor the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, and the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, presenting sponsor of Balloon Party. And we just can't say enough good things about the wonderful people at Munganast. That's Jamie Burkhardt, Peter Munganast, and in the service department, Ryan Seiberg. So if you're looking for a new car, they have a huge amount of inventory on their lot, and you can go shopping right now at stlouisacura.com or at altontoyota.com. And if you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, they have a great selection there as well. Just go online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. Even if you didn't get your car from Munganast St. Louis Acura, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota, get your car serviced there with the great Ryan Seiberg and his wonderful service department. It's Munganast St. Louis Acura and Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota. Online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com.
Get involved. text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. We've got the Collier and Thompson phone lines, Doug.
Have we?
I don't know if we'll use them today.
Well, why not?
I kind of got a lot of things going on, and I don't know if I want to add answering the phones to that.
One more button's too much. That's going to push you over the edge.
Could be. I was telling you before the show, I was feeling pretty, just I think 4 short months ago, I was pushing brisket.
Oh, yeah. Making it, that means making or selling brisket?
Selling it.
Okay.
Yeah, selling the brisket. And not long before that, I was in education.
Yeah.
We've talked about that.
Sure.
And this is kind of my first dalliance into running point.
Is it?
I've run the board. I've done the production back there, but I'm wearing a lot of hats today.
Well, that's good that you're doing it because I don't like to talk. I realize I'm in the wrong business in radio. It's not liking to talk. But I'm happy that you took this on.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited about it, but about 10 minutes before we got going today, I could really feel that hole clinching up a little bit.
Really?
And but yeah, I don't know if I want to answer the Collier and Thompson phone lines. If we happen to get a, 87-pound lesbian from one of the 5 boroughs in New York to call in, I would think about answering it.
I asked Dillian to call in, and she never got back to me.
Dillian Harper, the birthday girl, could call in, and I would try to take that call.
Well, let's try just to see how it would go.
All right.
Let's really put you to the test.
New York lesbian, if you're out there and you want to call in to the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-900-4TMA. And while we wait for that lesbian to call in, Doug, could you tell us a little bit about Collier and Thompson?
Well, if you're a lesbian or not, and you want your kitchen redone, your bathroom redone, Collier and Thompson is the place to go. They do kitchens, bathrooms, basement, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace, office, you name it. Collier and Thompson can do it. They are your go-to source for every design consideration. They carry the best cabinets, appliances, countertops in the business. When Collier and Thompson walks away from a job, you will be super happy and have a remodel that's going to last a lifetime. Collier and Thompson is not one of those jack-of-all-trades guys, master of none. They have their own trip carpenters, specialized contractors. They've got their own licensed electricians, plumbers, tile and drywall installers, and floor guys, contractors you can trust, been around a long time, not doing this on a part-time basis. This is top-of-the-line stuff at Collier and Thompson. If you need your home redone, especially the kitchen, they specialize in kitchen. They got a showroom out there that's more than 10,000 square feet, more than 20 kitchen displays to look at. They'll give you some great ideas on what you can do with your home, and you will be happy that you chose Collier and Thompson. They're on Manchester and Baldwin next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. They won a Torch Award for ethics with the Better Business Bureau. Just great people to work with. Collier and Thompson, come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
And, that text inbox, it can be a little toxic at times. Mm-hmm. But, we're actually getting some kind words coming in. Hey, man, He-Man says, you're doing great, KG. Was the executive decision made that if no one is talking, the YouTube video defaults to Liv's camera? Not a complaint, just an observation.
Is that what's happening?
I can't speak to that.
Hey.
I have it pulled up on my laptop over here, but I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to it.
Okay.
The Total Package, who sometimes says KG has to go, says KG for Show Member of the Month. Do we have that?
Huh, we haven't. But we could
Should start.
That, yeah. What else we got? Todd Reesing, former Kansas quarterback, says, in that case, I'm going to call in now. I have main questions. Todd, I will not be taking your call. He's been banty lately.
Yeah, he gets
and he was sending in pictures of himself and his wife the other day. We will take pictures of listeners and the wives today. I think we will do that.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can call into the Collier and Thompson phone lines. Lesbians straight to the front of the line. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Doug, did you catch any of that Cardinal game yesterday? I'm starting to think they may not make the playoffs.
I didn't see any of it because it was an afternoon game and I'd forgotten. I was going to watch it last night and then I realized, oh, wait, they've already played.
Did they win?
No.
They did not. No. 10-8. And I think that loss may have, I think they might be done now.
That might be the death knell.
I think they might be done now. I don't want them to win. I don't want Mo to be able to hang his hat on a strong finish. Mm-hmm. I don't think changes are going to happen regardless, but I don't want him to have any ammunition to continue to stay the course.
I was sticking by my guns. I think Schumacher's the next Cardinal manager.
What do you think, Marsh?
I don't know. I feel like this organization, you would think that they would have sweeping changes, but I don't know if they've given us any indication of that.
No, I don't. If he doesn't, I don't think they want to eat his contract. He's got another year. That stupid extension they gave him after finishing last.
That didn't make any sense.
They would have to eat that year, and they're not the kind of club that.
I don't think so either.
But I still think there's a chance that Schumacher quit for a reason. It's kind of odd that you become manager of the year and then you tell your organization, by the way, I'm not coming back next year.
Well, that organization, they have a ton of problems.
Yeah.
It seems like they have one good year every 10 years, and then they suck for another 9.
But overall, I feel pretty good about where the club is.
Well,
Obviously,
you shouldn't feel good. Well, he went to Miami to get his foot in the door and become a big league manager. Who wouldn't do that? Had a really good year, manager of the year, and then the team fell apart and started getting rid of all their best players again. Now the team's terrible, so he's going to step away and get a job somewhere else, I'm sure. Whether it's here or somewhere else, I'm sure he'll get a job somewhere. I would like to see it here, too.
Eric in the Central West End says you can tell by Marmol's body language with the players after the game. He knows he's safe. I didn't catch it, so I don't know.
I didn't either.
The Veiled Prophet says, can you please have Liv pronounce the hockey player name list? I think we did that with Learn one time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not into hockey, Liv?
I mean, I'll go to Blues games and have fun, but I'm not like a diehard or anything.
Okay. Not like wrestling.
Not like wrestling.
By the way, my niece's husband reminded me that I forgot about Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. My husband's been out of town, and it's one of those things I can't watch without him. But that.
No, why can't you watch without him?
Because he wants to watch it.
Oh, he's into this too.
Oh yeah, I got him into it.
Really?
Oh yeah, I corrupted him.
Would it cause a problem in the relationship if one or the other goes ahead on something that's supposed to be like watched as a couple? Would that cause a tiff?
That'd be rude.
Who's
It's
more
our show.
Who's more likely to do that, you or him?
To watch without the other person? He's watched some movies that I kind of wanted to watch, so I'd say him.
Well, I didn't cut any Cardinal audio, but this discussion about upsetting a significant other reminded me of a piece of audio I did cut, and I'm interested to get Liv's take on this. This comes from the Two Hot Takes podcast. Anybody around the dais ever heard of it?
No.
I've heard of it, but don't listen to it.
It's where some of our favorite drops came from. Let me cue these up.
Two Hot Takes?
Two Hot Takes is the name of the podcast, and
do they wear special gloves, special mitts?
No,
because the takes are so hot. I do. I've got
the
them right
takes
here.
don't get that hot on this show,
put
but
this
they have
on.
given us drops like this one.
Okay, Gaslight Girl Boss Gatekeep.
That's nice.
It also gave us this one.
Okay, interesting.
And then one more.
Okay.
What?
So those are some of our favorite
Wonderful
new drops.
takes,
But
yeah.
this audio that I cut comes from the Two Hot Takes podcast, and it's about a little tiff in between a boy and a girl in a relationship. So let's see what the problem is.
Okay.
During our vacation in Vegas, I, 28 female, woke up at 2 a.m. to find my husband, 34 male, missing, his location off, and thousands in charges from a strip club on our bank account. Oh my God. We had tickets to see a show last night, but after a long day of drinking in the heat, I wasn't feeling well, and I needed to end the night early. I encouraged my husband to still go so he could enjoy his evening. 2 a.m. rolls around, and I wake up to find that he never came back to the room. So I start to panic. I go to check his location. It's off. Then I text him asking where he was. He reads it and doesn't respond. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
While I was trying to get a hold of him, I see there are 2 separate charges for $1,000 plus from a strip club. Oh my God. He didn't respond to me until nearly 3 a.m. and just texted me that he was on his way back. 30 minutes later, he stumbles into the room, absolutely obliterated. He tries to lie and say he was just gambling down the strip, that he never went to a strip club. Literally, can you imagine just getting a lap dance for 5 hours? You would be raw from the friction. I also checked all of our accounts, and if all of the charges made there settle as they are, he'll have spent nearly $6,000 there. I feel like I'll never truly know what happened, and that alone is the most painful part.
Well, I think you do know what happened.
So this guy's in the doghouse. I'm fairly certain.
They're still together?
Yeah, as you know, I had to clip around a little bit of that, get it down to about 1:27. I think she was soliciting some advice from the host of the podcast. I don't
Run.
think yeah, you think run? Would that
early on, there was a point that it was just like automatic red flag. To go into your phone and turn off your location, that's such a premeditated, thought through action that alone, I think, is plenty to be done. But then to blow all of that money and lie about it? Nah. Bye.
Well, she's the one who told him to go out.
She told him, I don't know if, I can't remember if this part was left in there, but they had tickets to a show. Did they say that?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, she didn't feel like going to the show. He was just supposed to go to the show, which was at their hotel, and then I guess come back to the room and play the role of caring lover, but he didn't do that.
If my husband told me, go out and have fun Saturday night, I'm not going to take that as go spend $6,000 on strippers. I'm going to go maybe have a couple of drinks with my girlfriends or something.
You don't go to Thunder Down Under a lot?
No, can't say that I do.
Okay.
How much is too much for a stripper? $6,000? You think after a couple hundred you'd be worn out and done?
It's like a half hour for our guy Biff.
I mean, why would you want to get teased $6,000 worth?
So, Liv, what's the worst part of that? The strip club itself, the location turned off, the lying, or the $6,000 spent?
I mean, I think it all just comes down to lying about your location in a way to, you're masking that. That's a lie. Lying about where you are and what you're doing. And he didn't say where he was, but it said clear as day on the bank statement where it was. So the worst part is lying. That covers all the bases.
And he left her on red. What the hell is
right.
that?
I don't see a world where it's a good idea to have your red receipts on your phone these days.
I do not have them on.
I'm surprised the strip clubs don't come up with a different name when you run a credit card.
Right.
Benny Haha.
I think there is a strip club that and don't quote me on this, but I think there is one. Don't know where it's at, but if you do go there, it charges your card as like a not like Home Depot, but like one of those kind of stores, like a department store or something like that. So when it comes up on your bank statement, it's like, I got like the tools, I got some tools and stuff like
3
that.
3 in the morning,
yeah, exactly.
A circular saw.
Iggy, you watched that Ashley Madison documentary?
I was just gonna say that.
In that documentary, I can't remember. Did they put Ashley Madison on the credit card statement, or was it disguised?
No, what they did, it was some like vague thing, and so people would call that phone number to be like, "Hey, what is this?" And the people that work there were trying to cover up, and so they were like, "Oh, well, this is like the centralized, charging company. It could really be anything. There's no way we can find out exactly what it was." So they really just didn't have an answer for them, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't know why guys were so upset about that. I mean, I don't watch it, but I think the gist of it was, didn't it turn out they were just sending you hookers? If you wanted to cheat on your wife, and they would set you up, and it was a hooker.
Most of the time, they weren't even real humans. Half the time, they were just chatting online with just people that worked there and were playing the part, and weren't even actually cheating on anybody. Just like in person, they were talking to fake people because there were really very few actual women on this website. And Ashley Madison made it seem like there were tens of thousands of horny women waiting for you.
Are you saying there were men on there acting as women, or
it was just whoever worked at Ashley Madison? There was like a cubicle of women that, or men, whoever, and they would just talk to you and talk sexy to you and make you feel good and like you're getting that attention you wanted from your wife, and you're not.
That happens on OnlyFans all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
When you're texting, you think you're sexting with a girl, and it's actually a dude just answering her messages.
Yeah, was it Doug's Glue Guzzler who told us that he was actually the one that was chatting with the subscribers on his significant other's OnlyFans account? So let that be a lesson. If you're thinking you're chatting with a fine young lass on OnlyFans, there's a chance that it's her lover and his hog that you're actually chatting with.
Probably.
I always find it funny that like people that do subscribe to that stuff think that they actually have a chance with said person. I'm like, come on now.
I had a friend that did OnlyFans for like a month or two, and she never posted her face on there. So it was just like neck down, and she made most of her money from the feature where you can just text people. And it's just insane that people would spend that much money just to talk to somebody, and you don't even know what their face looks like.
There's some lonely folks out there.
Yeah. And she made decent money. I think that first month she made $1,000.
That's not horrible for not doing anything.
Right? Nobody knows what you look like. It's pretty anonymous.
Have you ever considered that yourself?
No. I feel like I would be too afraid someone would know it was me, and then it would just be like a whole thing.
Yeah, it would be a thing. It would get to be a thing.
Well, this is interesting, Doug. I don't know if you can comment on this, but it says, when Doug and I visit the Phallus Palace, it shows up on his bill as Mr. Meat Market. That comes from I shave my balls for this.
I have no idea what he's done.
No comment on that?
The Phallus Palace?
The Phallus
That's a great name.
Yeah. Mr. Big Cream says, damn, how do I get that job? I think he wants to be the one chatting with the fellas on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Could be funny for a while. Might get old, but...
TMA should start an OnlyFans.
I think that's a great
We've
idea.
thought about it, because there's a lot of beefcake
We've
in
thought
there.
about getting some shower curtains to throw up in here so we can go private with the listeners.
With the listener. Just take a special phone call, and you run a curtain here, and we duck behind the curtain, and we talk individually with someone.
Plowsy, actually, we used to have these Monday morning meetings with Tommy in the show. And Plowsy brought up one day, he says, would it be okay if I did an OnlyFans account? Tommy goes, have at it. Because he knew it had never happened. But Plowsy was, maybe be cooking in my underwear, or maybe show my butt.
Oh.
Doug's prison wallet says Ashley Madison didn't have real women. Next thing you're going to tell me that chat roulette wasn't full of man meat. Did anybody in here ever end up on chat roulette?
Absolutely. Chat roulette, Omegle.
What? I don't even know what that is.
So chat roulette was a site where essentially you would click a button, spin a virtual roulette wheel, and you would just end up with a random fellow chat roulette user from anywhere else in the world on the other end. And oftentimes it was a gentleman, maybe from the Middle East, and he probably had his love in his hand.
Oh!
Yeah.
There's so much sausage, excuse me, on that website. So much. You could just be like, I've had conversations with people. This was big when I was like in college, and sometimes my friends and I would be in the dorm, and we'd have like good conversation with fellow college kids, and then click to the next one, and there it is, just getting stroked.
Yeah.
Next.
This was not supposed to be a dating site. It was just a talk with
just a chatting site.
No, the worst thing was then you'd like come up with a kid. Like, what are you doing here?
Well, I told you first when I first met SGO Kai. This is just part of the show. This is some young kid. He's probably like 27 in Miami. Then one day I was just scrolling on the phone, and this guy came up live, and he was just sitting at this pool with a couple of girls in thongs and just hanging out. And I said, "Yeah, well, this guy's got the life." So I just kind of left him out. You can talk while they're on there. I said, dude, you got the life. He goes, thanks, homie. And he's just talking and chatting. And he just said, I'll bring some people on. He had like 50 people watching. And everybody was like from India,
weird.
And he brings them up, and the guy's laying on the couch, pleasuring himself. He's got a couple of girls in thongs in there. He goes, had enough of that.
He made a masturbatory hand gesture.
And then he bring another guy on, another guy sitting on the couch. They're all just having fun with themselves while they look at these girls on his thing.
Gosh.
I'm like, my God, dude.
Doug, you're not going to believe this.
What? Why are people like this? Why are people like this?
Because we're kind of dumb. As a country, we've gotten really dumb.
I agree.
It's really dumb.
And I got to become friends with Kai, by the way.
Yeah, why
we
wouldn't
had him
you
on the
after
show.
that?
Doug,
he didn't know what they were. He just said being nice to bring people on. And then he brought me on, and we just chatted for a while. He goes, hey, a normal person.
Doug, I mentioned those Collier and Thompson phone lines a little bit ago.
Yeah, you did.
And how I wasn't really going to make it too much of a priority, but
you're going to go for it?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw line 1 lighting up, and it's a name that rang a bell to me.
Who's that?
And I think we're going to go ahead and go to this one if I can make this happen.
All right.
Let's see if I remember how to do this. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
Doug. It's the lesbian.
Oh.
I need to talk to you.
Okay, the lesbian from New York.
Hello.
Okay.
How are you?
Well, I'm fine. You?
Well, I got a big lesbian problem, Doug. I really do.
Okay. Well, I'm a lesbian myself, so I should be able to help.
Put that off.
Well, no. Well, not that. I mean, maybe. I don't know about that. But
right.
because we're talking about red flags, green flags, and relationship stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be a lesbian gentleman. I do. Do I need to carry my own protection? See, I have fallen in love in the last week. since I've talked to you.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I am head over heels for this woman.
Do you have a U-Haul?
I'm a U-Haul. Stereotypical. It happened just like that. And
Girl on girl, whatever. That's hot.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, please. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. She's Colombian. She speaks, and I just can't think anymore.
Can you fall in love in a week?
Sure.
I think the lesbians fall hard and fast. From what I've heard.
It's game over.
You said she's from Colombia?
She's from Colombia.
She's a Tiger fan.
Probably the country. The country Colombia.
The country Colombia?
Yeah, like yes, not the other one.
Because you said when you called in last week, I believe you said that you had a family member that worked with Doug, so you've got some ties to St. Louis. And you said you were a bad gay, but you're trying to get better, and you started rooting for Mizzou?
Yes, and I've learned I'm supposed to say M-I-Z, not Mizzou, so my bad. M-I-Z.
Yeah, Z-O-U.
Z-O-U. Okay, well, so this girl's from Colombia.
Columbia, not like that Columbia, the other Columbia.
And not Columbia, Illinois, either.
Marsh, I love Hispanic women.
Oh, no, like the other kind.
She's a beautiful woman in Colombia.
Yes, she's gorgeous, and I'm in love.
So what's the problem? You said you had an issue?
Well, protection. Do I need to be a true gentleman lesbian? Do I need to carry my protection with me?
As in a bodyguard type of protection?
Well, no.
Do lesbians need protection? What can you catch?
Well, the same things everybody else can catch.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would think...
Well, you can't get pregnant, can you?
Well, you could pass a STI.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought she was talking about getting pregnant. I didn't think that could happen between two women.
Well, no, I'm not getting pregnant here. Nobody.
You were right, Iggy.
No. Hold up there.
Nailed that one.
Yeah. Chalk another one up for me.
That's one of the good things about being a lesbian. I don't run that risk. Don't have that.
Well, maybe I'm stupid here, but what kind of protection would you even have when you're with another woman?
Well, a dental dam.
I'm afraid you lost me now. Yeah. I'm a lot of my area of expertise at this point.
I'm lost too. Marsh?
Oh.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, I think if you want some spontaneity, then yeah, having it with you will allow you to do that.
Some safety, But, well, like, okay, imagine, if you take your,
Careful.
think of the protection you guys have. Cut it in half. And there you go. You got yourself a dental dam.
Is it like a pad, but rubber? What is this thing?
It's thin.
Yes, if you take your hands and make a diamond shape, you got yourself a dental dam right there.
I think that's a terrible name for it because it makes me think too much about teeth, and I don't want to think about teeth and the goods.
Yeah, you probably don't want too many teeth down.
No.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Do you like to trib?
Flip that off.
Because most women don't like it.
Okay.
Now,
Did I stump you or
He's
what?
had enough at this point.
Now, lesbian from New York, we're getting some text, and the texters, I'm not sure that they are really buying into this. Iggy's coat trader says this 87-pound former firefighter from Brooklyn is so fake. She's making this call from a split-level house in Melville.
Oh, really?
Melville? I don't know where Melville is,
South
but I'm
County.
definitely in New York.
Okay.
And Ken's Wedding Toe says this call almost makes you want Steve the Dork stories about the Grove to return.
Oh, no.
I think Miss Lesbian, that the audience is skeptical, and we've been burned before. So, Doug, how do we prove that this is real?
We just trust her.
No, you're just going to have to trust a little here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have a little faith.
Okay.
And this is on the heels of a story where we just heard that this man turned his location off and did the opposite of tell the truth.
Right.
So we're in that position right now where we're a little untrustworthy ourselves.
Well, good
We
luck
just
with your.
started off with being a true gentleman lesbian, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good luck with your dental dam.
Keep him in your glove box.
Last time you called in, Iggy said something about putting together a collection plate to get you to St. Louis in December for our year-end awards. And if you've got family in St. Louis and the year-end awards is in the holiday season, I think it would be a perfect time for you to come visit and maybe come to the awards show.
Absolutely. I'll come down.
Yeah.
Wow, Doug.
I'll come say hello.
All right.
All right, well,
that'd be nice.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
Bring the dental dam, too.
No.
I'll bring one for everybody.
Oh, we don't need them.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, bring the Colombian.
I'll bring her too.
Gosh.
We'll be together by then for sure.
Okay.
You're all invited to the wedding.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, well,
Well, it's good
don't
to
be a
hear from you.
stranger.
Bye, Doug.
All right, we'll see yous.
All right, Doug, that's
Okay.
Kara,
Yeah,
the
I'm with
lesbian firefighter
From
from
with the textures, this is fake.
Brooklyn.
No, she's not a lesbian.
She's not a lesbian.
How do you
picking up
know?
a read?
Yeah, I think
Is it a vibe that you're picking up?
she's just having a little fun with us, kind of like.
Are you saying a true lesbian wouldn't use a dental dam?
I don't even know what a dental dam is.
I don't either.
Do you think I can look it up on a Hubbard computer?
No.
Try it.
Yeah, we're gonna give it.
Well, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
I've never
clearly
used one,
clearly
but I
it's a
know what
thing,
it
though.
is.
Okay, so it says a dental dam is a thin, flexible barrier used for oral sex to help prevent the spread of sexually transmitted infections.
Okay.
Well, just because she knows what it is doesn't mean she's a lesbian.
That's true.
I mean, when I was in the chat rooms in AOL pretending to be a girl, trying to get other girls to send pictures,
Gosh.
they would always ask questions to see if you're real. What's a, is it specula? Speculum?
Speculum?
Yeah, what's a speculum? And I'd have to look it up and then I'd answer it. So she could very easily look up a dental dam.
Yeah, but where do you even start, though?
With the dental dam?
Like, how, obviously you can look it up, but, like, why would you even be thinking of that?
I don't. I have boy parts.
Yeah, and I've never seen them in the store. Like, you go and you go to the condom section, there's some lubes, maybe some little personal toys. I don't feel like I've ever seen a dental dam like at Walmart or Target or.
Would you know one if you saw it?
Well, I would think it would say it on the package.
I don't know.
That's the name of it? Or is that like a
Go
slang?
to like the Walgreens website and see if you can order one for pickup.
Big Tuft, he's skeptical. He says this lesbian is as real as Susan Santiago. Some of us might not get that reference. Iggy, who's Susan Santiago?
That was Becky Wiesberger.
Yeah, we got burned by a Harvard-educated doctor from Wash U. Beautiful woman.
That's who she said she was.
Right. And it did not turn out to be.
Imagine that. We're pretty easily catfished.
Was it a man, or was it just not a beautiful woman?
It was a woman.
Okay.
But it was a whole thing. She was going to come to our events, never did. Ended up, she actually sold her old home appliances to a couple of listeners who didn't know it was her. But then somebody pointed out she used this random celebrity actress who's been in like one D-list movie. Nobody's ever heard of her. Was using her picture, and somebody recognized that that's Susan Santiago, an actress.
Oh, really?
So that's when it was caught, and then Kevin Hebert did some deep dive digging into her, and so me and Chrissy Blake said, yeah, meet us for lunch. We want to talk. And then she, okay, I'm on my way, and she never showed up. So then we knew she was fake.
Yeah, the text inbox, the Shafer Door text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. They're skeptical. Kim's Wedding Toast says, yeah, this is Tucker, no question.
Really?
Well, it's not Tucker, but
I'm not
it's
getting
fake.
Tucker vibes.
No. Tucker's another one that took us for a ride for a long time.
Yeah, he had us going for a while. And he had a handful of personas that he would call in as.
And we're also gullible. We just buy anything.
Oh, his best was a guy named Bruce, and a gay guy in New York. I mean, he was just got married, adopted a couple of kids, ran a event planning company. Boy, he had us going for a couple
He
of
had
years.
the whole backstory. He had twins named
Svet and Rokas.
No, Beaumont and something. But he had the
Like
whole
the street?
backstory of his partner and his adopted twins and his job. And things he would describe about his job would match up with real events that were going on in the New York area.
Really?
So he was well prepared and he played it well. Here's a little piece of Bruce.
Oh, okay.
There's not a whole lot of queens that listen to Mike Francesa.
Bruce had the wool pulled over our eyes.
Oh,
back.
he did, yeah.
How do these people have time for this?
How do we have time
What
to
are they
do this
doing?
show?
Well, most of them don't have jobs.
Yeah, but this is a job, though. Like, maybe that's their job, is to mess with you, Doug.
I think that's what it is, you know.
Do they get paid for it?
No, they don't.
Who's Your Daddy says, why don't we have this 87-pound lesbian join the fan page? I'm not a moderator, and I'm not going to bother Jackson with that while he's in Chi-Town stand up.
Well, is that kind of proof? You can just lie on the fan
Yeah,
page,
could
too.
have a fake profile going. Slippery Turtle says it was Prescott and Beaumont. So thank you, Slippery Turtle. Big Tough says, can this lesbo send a pic into the text line?
Again, how will that prove she's a lesbian?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a girl, obviously. I'm not saying she's not a girl. I'm saying she's not a lesbian, I don't think.
Who's Your Daddy also says, this is definitely the porta potty guy.
Oh.
You ever heard that? You ever heard that one?
No, porta potty guy?
Oh, okay. Can we play that for Liv, just so...
Yeah, if you'll vamp for a second, I'll...
Yeah, the backstory is, I think this is fake, too, but this guy said he just was out of town and got bored, so he thought he would, he got down into a porta potty toilet to look at girls naked.
I remember that news story.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was making up.
I remember that.
Who makes that up, though?
This wasn't a call at our show. This was somewhere else.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
This was like a news story. This was a thing that happened.
No, I didn't think it really happened.
This is labeled as Porta Potty 1. There's 3 Porta Potty cuts. I went with the first one.
Okay, 3 episodes. Hit the lead.
It was actually a pretty clean one.
Oh, no.
It was just clean. Nobody'd really done any dirty business really in it. And so it didn't smell bad. I guess they'd pumped it. And the day before is a few inches of the fluid, the blue fluid. And I just put my feet in and my knees, and then I had a tent cover with me. I had just no shoes on or anything and no shirt really. I think I had a small shirt that I stashed in there somewhere. And then I just kind of put the tent cover around my knees, and then because I kind of pushed my legs forward, and then I kind of just it was closed, the porta potty was closed, and I was in there, and then I opened the latch real quick and then just kind of ducked in there, and I was actually inside it. A little bit of room to move around, and I guess the first time nobody came for a while. I was in one of the wrong ones, and then I just switched over to a busy one, and then, I don't know, just some chick came in, and supposedly she saw me or whatever.
So this guy was, in the hole?
I think he's submerged,
Yeah.
You could literally go on Twitter and see all of that for free. Why put yourself through that?
What did a guy go in there? Was he seeing something that he didn't want to see?
That was him.
No, I understand that, but was this just a female porta potty, specifically for women, or could a dude go in there and all of a sudden there's a log hanging down, and it's smacking you right in the face, Doug, right in the face.
For some time, getting a kick out of seeing girls through a peephole. I had made a peephole, before, and I guess it was just an extension of that. I was doing yoga and.
Yo, he's doing yoga in the house.
Thinking, man, there's all these beautiful girls, and I just wish I could, see them in their full form. Just happened to notice the porta potties, and I was just thinking, man, what if I just crawled in there? And it turned out to be just a really bad idea.
Yeah, really. Pretty bad idea.
See, that's the reason I thought it was fake, because why would the guy go on some station and talk about everything he did? That was kind of weird.
I know you like water sports.
That's my favorite drop. I think it helps that it was directed at me, but...
Yeah.
So, Doug, if you did yoga, the first thing you'd want to do is work out and see, I wonder if this will work.
See if it works,
see if I can get in a toilet.
Now that you're limber, go find an outhouse.
Man, that guy probably smelled so bad.
Wouldn't you think there'd be an enormous hepatitis risk with that?
Yeah.
We just become so dumb.
Well, not to mention who would want to see that. Unless you're in a scat play, I don't know. But
no.
I can't think of a much worse scenario than being in the business end of a porta potty.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the show on Netflix? Something like How to Build a Sex Room?
No.
There's a show, and it was on for just a season, and they would go to people's houses and build them a sex room. And I happened to meet the contractor that was on that show, Mike, and one of the rooms that they made, they had to make it was this big polyamorous relationship. And he said all in all, there was dozens of people in this relationship. Oh. And one of the things they made was a shower so they could pee on each other.
Oh.
And I'm just
God.
I can be open-minded to a lot, but I draw the line at those bodily functions.
Liv, if you're going to be on this show, we do not kink shame.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to yuck your yum. I'm just saying that is not for me.
Don't say yuck your yum. I definitely kink shame.
Marsh, you have any kinks?
I mean, I don't know. Not
Any that you're willing to share?
Not that really come
This is a
to
safe
mind.
space. There's no one listening.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
No,
I wouldn't
really.
mention him on this show anyway.
Yeah.
It really just depends on kind of like what what the day calls for. You know, I don't know.
Dingle My Berry says this guy is certainly a serial killer. Step 1, peephole. Step 2, yoga. Step 3, porta potty. Step 4, serial killer.
Could be.
Could be something to that.
Yeah. Whatever happened to missionary sex? Did that just go away?
Vanilla.
Too vanilla?
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to come back like retro 90s clothes?
I hope not.
Kind of boring, isn't it?
Missionary and dental dams.
Lights off, missionary.
What's happened to this show?
I feel like missionary could be good if the person, in charge is good.
Missionary
right?
is good if the person on the bottom isn't being like a starfish.
Exactly.
You have to participate.
Oh, well.
You can't just
I
be...
didn't know what starfish meant
Just,
until Perk called me a starfish.
Dingle My Berry said... Oh, I already read that one. That's on me. That's just...
It's all right. We get to hear Dingle My Berry once again.
Pensacola Porpoise says the fact that Liv is sporting makes her even hotter. So the Pensacola Porpoise is a big fan of Liv.
Oh, great. Thanks, Porpoise.
I bet there's some porpoises that got pulled right out of the water here in the last few hours with that hurricane going through that
What's
area.
the latest with that?
I think it was in the middle of Georgia, southern Georgia, when I was driving to work.
Yeah, it's down to, I think, 60 miles an hour, tropical storm.
Yeah. 140
It's
miles
down
an hour.
to 60 miles per hour?
It was 140 miles an hour when it hit land.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Well, let's squeeze one more of these in here before we head to the 8 o'clock hour, the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour.
All right.
We're going to let the birthday boy, and man, I just really hope he's having a great birthday. He deserves it.
Just him. Eliminating now.
But we'll hear a little bit about Shafer Window and Door.
Okay.
Hey, Shafer Door Company sponsored the text inbox. The number is 636-782-3608. You can call it or you can text it. Or go online at shaferdoor.com. SCHAEFER door.com. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs. And they have Monday morning standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. They service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Shafer is experienced in these types of jobs. Go to shaferdoor.com or call or text 636-782-3608. Shafer Door, a Clopay master authorized dealer. And if you're looking for a career change, Jason Gosrow at Shafer Door Company is looking to hire. 636-782-3608. Call or text.
Oh, no.
What was the end of that like? Who edited that?
Jackson edited
just
it. It was
stopped,
fine.
just like that.
At least once a show, Adobe gets me. This is just a lack of reps, Doug.
Oh,
that one's on me. Jackson
okay.
did great. We'll have to do a make good on
But
that.
knocked me out of my chair. The ending was so abrupt.
No, it wasn't the
I'll catch
editing.
you.
It was user error on my part. That's embarrassing.
Okay.
Well, on that note, it's 8:17 in St. Louis. I think that's as good a time as any to close out the Munganass St. Louis Acura, Munganass Burkhardt, Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. We'll be back shortly with the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. This is TMA presented by Brown and Crouppen.
Right.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor. It does not provide tax advice.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Listeners ought to check out Collier and Thompson, support the sponsors, and have the best contractors in St. Louis work on your kitchen remodel, if that's what you want, or bathroom remodel, basement, wine room, whatever. Collier and Thompson does it all, and these are people that you can trust. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's not always that common for people in this line of work. They won a Torch Award for Ethics from the Better Business Bureau. Collier and Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier and Thompson, come home to quality, online at collierandthompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's private exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With private exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass private exclusives because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent, today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood, or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door, online at fisherwindow.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have 2 questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the morning after live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
It's the morning after.
KPNT FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
In Moneymaker Mike and Gator Jones and Jimmy Butler. This for the Bulls. Yeah, I'm talking about that man, Jimmy Butler. Put your weapon on the cab, they some busters. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron, you's a baller. But Jimmy Butler is a baller. Yeah, I'm talking about that man, Jimmy Butler. Put your weapon on the cab, they some busters. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron, you's a baller. But Jimmy Butler is a baller. The end of the 2010 season. Cavs fans nervous cause they knew LeBron was leaving. And he did. Took his tailors down to South Beach. Built that Frankenstein team and won a couple rings. Dang, Cleveland, tell me what the heck is that? First you burn the dude's jerseys, then you buy him back? LeBron left you like a hot girl in high school. Then when the Heat broke up, you took him back, fool. Do you smell that? Something smell like desperation.
Smell that, Doug?
God, that's horrible.
Name the artist. Anyone. Iggy, you might know.
Jimmy Butler.
Was it Moneymaker Mike?
Moneymaker Mike is featured on the track, but he's not the main artist. That is Froggy Fresh, DBA.
Oh, yeah.
Krispy Kreme. We used to come back to some of his music today.
Krispy Kreme.
I wanted to give the listeners that have been around, and Moneymaker Mike. I wanted to give the listeners that have been around for a while a little nostalgia this morning.
Oh, yeah, because that was such a beautiful song.
With some Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, wonderful melody to it.
Well, I know people have been waiting 16 years for it, but The Cure, their new album will now be out November 1st.
I haven't been waiting.
Well, a lot of Cure fans have been waiting for a long time.
Have you been waiting?
I have, yes. I got to hear, I think, 4 of the new songs last June. They were playing them in their concerts. And then 16 months later, they released the album after they have already been playing them in concerts. So I'm looking forward to it, Doug.
Well, welcome back to TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. We are in the Fisher Window and Door Store, 8 o'clock hour. We accomplished so much in that first hour.
Got a lot done.
What was your favorite part?
When it ended?
When it ended. They're not happy with the song. I thought I was going to get some love for that one, but Ray King says this song effing sucks.
Well, you should have played the I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all.
Yeah, I thought about going. I went with that one last time.
That's like the OG one.
That's true.
Because nobody really cares about the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Eric in the Central West End says, easily the worst intro song in the history of this program.
Could have been.
Top 5, no doubt.
Could have been.
Jugs in D.C., skeptical of Iggy. That rarely happens, but he says, Iggy never went to that concert.
Oh, the one in Chicago.
Yeah, I lie about going to all these concerts.
Mr. Licks, who I'm a big fan of, showing me a little love, says, loved that song, dude. Thank you, Mr. Licks. Hope you and Mrs. Licks are doing well this morning. Shakira Sanders, hey, it's your boy, Krispy Kreme. He knows what's up. And Carlos Spicy Wiener, who will one day go into the Hall of Fame, says, thanks, guys. I didn't need those brain cells. I just lost.
You lost a few. Listen to stuff like that.
And Mr. Big Cream, this is awful. So, you know, you can't bat 1,000, Doug.
No.
I'll get him with the 9 o'clock song.
Okay, try it again.
Well, if you bat 300, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Well, it's called
Almost
Alone by
nobody hits
Cure, if you
300
want to come back with that.
What was that?
Their new single's called Alone by The Cure, if you want to come back with that.
The Cure Alone?
Okay.
Okay.
The Cure. Alone is the name of the song.
Gotcha.
All right.
A lot of instrumental at the beginning, so you probably have to go halfway through. Dear My Boy.
Yeah, people are full of hot takes this morning. And if the takes get too hot, Doug, what do you do?
I put on the mittens.
And those mittens are brought to us by whom?
The EDF.
EDF group. So let's take this opportunity to hear a little bit about the EDF group while Eye Candy Vaughn over there straps on his mittens.
Don't say strap on.
And when Doug's wearing hot take mittens, that's supported by the EDF Group. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? Well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com.
Oh, that was a little rough on the ending.
I had
there.
nothing to do with the edit.
A little rough at the edit.
Doug, that is as good as you can get.
No, I think you can do better than that.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
I edit the live spots.
Well, that one wasn't quite as good
Well,
as
a lot
it
of
could have been.
times Tim goes right into another one, so it's kind of hard. There's no pause after it.
Oh, well, let's try.
So that's as
get it
close as you're going to get.
Please, let's not put this on Tim.
No, I'm just saying, because Tim has so many live spots to do. A lot of times they do a live spot and they go right into another one. So to not hear any talking after that, I think, is a perfect job of editing.
Oh, I don't know. It just felt a little rough, a little uncomfortable.
Doug, did you catch any Thursday night football last night?
I did not, no.
Marsh?
A little bit.
Iggy, you got Amazon? Were you watching?
I have Amazon, but I wasn't watching. I was watching The Shield. I did see it was 14-9, and then I kind of went to bed.
Okay, was there a big play we missed?
Well,
I had Malik Neighbors in my fantasy team, so I was keeping an eye on his stats.
I knew
He's injured now.
Yeah, I got hurt late, real late, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he did a fine job for all those fantasy footballers out there.
Well, I'm glad
set a rookie record, right, for catches and touchdowns in the first 3 games of a career.
Yeah, he looks good. And the reason I bring up Thursday night football is I have to do a little humble brag here, and what it'll do is it'll weave me into our next live read.
What's that?
Doug, in these primetime games, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, I like to just sprinkle a little cash out on there and play a little Captain Showdown on daily fantasy.
Okay.
So last night, Doug, I joined, let's pull this up. It was a $3 buy-in, 158,000 people, and top prize was, with these kind of games, the lineups you're gonna have so much overlap that
I would think so.
But out of 158,000 people, your boy finished 24th last night.
Ooh. Really?
So I turned $3 into $252.61.
Pretty good.
And I was just 0.9 points away from being tied for first. If I could have made that happen, Doug. Yeah, there was, 18 people tied for first, and each of them got $7,805.
Oh, my.
On a $3 buy-in, and that could have been me.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
No, it was not me.
No.
But,
What is this on?
What's that?
What is this on?
DraftKings.
Ooh.
But, 250 is nothing to sneeze at.
No, that's nice.
And with this influx of cash that I have, I feel like I need to go talk to somebody, figure out
Mark Hanna,
what to do with it. Is that who I should go talk to?
That's who I would.
Where does he work?
He works at Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Clock Hour. Jackson, can you tell the people about Mark Hanna? I've got him online at Evergreen Wealth Strategies. That's where I've got him.
Well, I got him as the best in the business.
Nice.
He's just simply the best. Not only is he such an intelligent human being, especially when it comes to finance, but
he's a good one. He's a good one.
Like better than good. He's like the best. Like I swear, every time I get off the phone with him, I feel better about myself and I feel better about humanity.
Amen.
Nice. Like Mark is really that awesome. I came to him with no idea of anything finance-wise. I had no plan. And I'm sure there's people out there listening right this very second who are in the same position. So what you do is you give Mark Hanna a call, and he'll find out about where you are in life, what your goals are, what your financial situation is, and from there he'll educate you on what is the best move for you. He won't tell you this is what you're going to do. He's going to educate you, let you make the decision on your own, and then you put that plan in place, and from there he'll give you a text or a call every 6 months or so to update you. Just talk it over, and then you're set. You are just absolutely set, and you don't have to worry about it. So if you don't have a plan, give Mark Hanna a call. He'll take care of you. He'll straighten you out, and you'll feel better about humanity. And if you already do have someone, I'd suggest making the switch because Mark is the best.
He is. That's the truth. He really is. 314-889-0503. That's 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com.
A little better on the end.
Yeah, Jackson's
getting there.
Jackson's getting a little better at this kind of thing. Yeah. Well, I guess now would be a good time. Doug, sometimes this show tends to crowdsource information and content.
Okay, because we don't know a lot.
No, we don't know a lot. We're not capable of a lot. We're not super creative. We're definitely not motivated.
No.
But someone who is not on the payroll here at TMA provided us with a little piece of content, and I thought today would be the perfect time to play it for everybody.
Okay.
This is one of the latest Chris Raby audio postcards, and it deals with something that's come up a little bit lately with Iggy in his apartment and the Jenny Finch poster. So
I see.
Shout out to Raby for this audio postcard.
Okay.
It's a poster of Jenny Finch that she...
Well, how does he know you have a poster of Jenny Finch?
On Tuesday, some lame dork sent 31 text messages about a provocative fast-pitch pinup hanging in Iggy's bedroom.
I don't know, unless I posted a picture of my bed that I bought yesterday.
Of course he did.
I asked, is this supposed to look like this?
Why wouldn't he?
It looked like a crumbled up mess sitting on the top of my bed. And I guess maybe in the corner I had the Jenny Finch framed autograph. And they screenshot and zoomed in. So what's wrong with that?
Where should we start?
He said he made a Facebook post yesterday. He has a framed Jenny Finch poster next to his bed.
Now listen closely, as Strode seems to lay a trap for himself.
It's not next to my bed. It was on the wall.
It was on the wall.
And I had to take it off the wall.
I had to take it off the wall.
Because I had to pull the bed out, and I have it sitting on a dresser.
How is this bed pad that
Jesus
you bought?
Christ, what do you care what I have?
Now, the backpedaling begins.
Eric in the Central West End is creeped out. Jesus, he has an autographed photo of Jenny Finch in his bedroom. This drip's creep. That's Eric in the Central West End.
It's not in my bedroom. It's in there because it came off the wall.
Guys, let's recap. This was said. I don't have a picture of Jenny Finch in my room. It's in there because it fell off the wall.
Which wall?
That's from the old Appleton stepdad.
Which wall?
Bedroom wall?
I didn't say it fell off the wall.
Oh, you didn't? Let's rewind tape.
It was on the wall, and I had to take it off the wall because I had to pull the bed out, and I have it sitting on a dresser.
It was on the wall.
Where was it hanging?
In the hallway.
It wasn't in the hallway.
It was in your bed. It's okay.
And it's not even hanging. It was on the wall, and I had to take it off the wall. I don't have it hanging up anywhere.
Well, take a minute to put a nail in the wall and hang it up.
You can't have posters on the ground.
I don't want to hang it up.
Why?
I think I'm giving it to Gobble, so I just took it off the wall.
But Doug, how much are you bidding on the Jenny?
Knowing it's been in storage for 25 years.
Yeah, it's never been on the wall. It was on the wall, and I had to take it off the wall. It's just been sitting up against walls and closets.
Hang it up somewhere.
You can't have posters sitting on the floor.
It's framed and autographed.
Yeah, take that, Jackson.
Then it's easier to hang up.
One nail in the wall.
Yeah, I don't have any room left. All my walls are taken.
Oh, really? All your walls are taken?
Okay.
We'll look into that next time. Until then, I'm Chris Hansen.
What is that? Did he play at the wrong speed?
He slowed down and distorted Los Lonely Boys Heaven just for a nice little touch. Great job by Chris Ray.
They were on Jimmy Kimmel
really
last
good.
night, by the way.
Who was?
Los Lonely Boys.
We're on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yep.
Really? What are they promoting?
New album.
New album.
Very menacing music on that. Leads you to believe something's going on.
Yeah, something
sinister.
It's unsettling.
Yeah.
That was very
You took everything out of context.
So where is
Explain
this
the whole
picture? Where's it now? Is it on the wall? Is it off the wall?
It's sitting in the hallway up against a wall. It was never hanging in my bedroom.
Oh, you said it was on the wall.
It was just a phrase of the way I use the words. It was on up against the wall. Okay. And I had to move the bed out, and I had to move the dresser, so I put it on top of the dresser or nightstand so I could move the bed out.
Okay.
So it was propped up against the wall, but was never hanging on the wall. But it's still on the wall.
Oh, sure
right.
Is, yeah.
Yeah, see,
but it's just not hanging on the wall.
No.
Yeah, see, they just took it all out of context. I tried to explain.
I am the victim.
And I never did I say it was hanging on my bedroom wall.
I think that's just the assumption when
And if it
you
was,
think
who
picture on the
cares?
wall.
If it was, who cares? This is sports pic. I got a lot of sports fly. There's a lot of sports
memorabilia
things on my wall. A lot of Missouri Sports Hall of Fame pictures that have all the inductees autographed. So I have a lot of, but I have a lot of I have 2 Talbots, one of a whale, one of a dolphin. I have a couple of.
What's a Talbot? Should I know what that word is?
I don't know.
That's the name of the photographer, Talbot.
Ah.
So there was really no room for Jenny Finch.
There's always room for her.
So she's just.
She got bounced out by the porpoise.
So I don't understand it. She autographed it when I interviewed her. It's a Team USA poster. Yeah. But I don't. It's not like she's in a swimsuit. It's not like I have Stacy Keebler's ass on my wall.
Oh God.
That one would definitely be
surprised how many sex offenders are in Maryland Heights.
Yeah,
well, there are.
We're really close to that.
Shout out to Raby. That was a phenomenal postcard.
Didn't
Seems
that
like
sound? I know he did AI there. That's supposed to be Cat.
No, Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. I think he was trying to mimic the To Catch a Predator.
But it sounded like Cat's voice.
We even said it right at the end. This is Chris Hansen.
I know. But it sounded like
It was AI
Cat.
generated.
It wasn't
from
Chris Hansen.
But it was AI generated from Chris
I
Hansen's
thought it sounded
voice.
like the Cat who had a tendency to always try to poke holes to my story.
Yeah.
Raby, if you're listening, who was that supposed? I know you said Chris Hansen, but was that? Did you use the Cat's voice there? If you
They
listen
used
to the
Chris
beginning,
Hansen's voice.
If you listen to the beginning, listen to the beginning again. Doesn't this sound like Cat?
Mr. Lick says that outro was absolutely incredible. White Collar Gangster says, bro, that was amazing. Brian Hinshin, he writes for the Colts, Doug. Big game this
Well,
weekend.
Indianapolis anyway. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you who they're playing, but he says Ken doesn't know what context means, and his lack of a proper vocabulary is really biting him in the ass. Lies, lies, tell me sweet little lies. That comes from Brian Hinshin out Indianapolis
Well, the
way.
biggest lies of your columnist.
Scat King Cole said, Scat King Cole. Iggy remains undefeated. Actually, that's not Scat King Cole. That's Samaj P. Brine. The Lord of Lafayette says, Iggy as a witness is a trial lawyer's dream, cross-examination. That's from Raider Greg. Karen wants to know, do we just ignore Artograph now?
No, there's a whole thread on the fan page. It's got like 9,000 comments by now. Every day I mispronounce a word they added to it.
Oh my God, this guy is unbelievably stupid. It's an AI voice that says, I'm Chris Hansen. It's not the cat, you moron.
Hey, come on.
That comes from Little Tommy
I heard
Tribbins and
Chris
Doug. He's
Hansen
out
at
on
the
a
end.
tricycle.
It sounded like the cat. Can you just play the beginning again? And you tell me this doesn't sound like the cat.
Well,
You want to hear the beginning again, you
Yeah,
said?
just the beginning. Just the voice. Just the voice.
Okay. Oh, brother.
It's a poster of Jenny Finch that she...
Well, how does he know you have a poster of Jenny Finch?
On Tuesday, some lame dork sent 31 text messages about a provocative fast-pitch pinup hanging in Iggy's bedroom.
Sounds like the cat.
Maybe a little bit.
If you squint a little bit,
I really don't
I understand where you're coming from. I don't think that
Boomer
sounds like
Kingsley.
I'm not sure what the big deal is that you have this poster in your room.
Well, I said
Who cares?
that. I don't know why, but they zoom in on that. You didn't zoom on the crap pillow top that I got that looked like a squished up piece of rubber.
Did that ever flatten out?
It did, actually. People kept telling me, don't worry. I said, how's it going to flatten out? It's
Get
a
some air
third
in
of the size of my bed, and it's all crumbled up. And sure enough,
I'm gaslighting you.
it actually
Just
did
got some
flatten
air
out.
in it as
It did
well.
flatten out.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it flipped. When I got all these things are hybrids now. When I got my new mattress, it was rolled up.
Yeah.
But when it unrolled, it just covered the king size frame. So it didn't have to, to get bigger, but not wide. But somehow it did. So it's pretty comfortable too. So I'm happy with
They
it.
squeeze the air out of it for packaging
Yeah, I know.
and shipping.
But this thing it looked like it was terrible looking. If you saw the picture,
Yeah.
it was. How is this going to fit on this bed?
Okay.
Just a little patience. It rolls out.
I didn't have patience. I called Amazon right away and started bitching.
Oh my God.
Stand down, Iggy. Your truth percentage is hovering around the Mendoza line. That's from Doug's prison wallet. Mrs. Janie Shanahan wants to know, what about the Anne Heche autograph post? I think he meant poster. What about the Anne Heche autograph poster? Is that one you've got?
I don't believe I have an Anne Heche autograph poster.
Mr. Lick says Marsh is bailing you out for no reason. Classic fire up CB. What does that mean?
Whatever that means.
I don't know.
Mr. Lick's
Am I
calling.
bailing out Iggy?
No, you said it sounded a little bit like the cat as well.
And you're a CBC guy?
Oh, goodness gracious, no.
Well, what high school did you go
Lafayette.
to? Oh, gosh. Okay.
So the Lord of Lafayette, shout out to the Lord of Lafayette,
I
whoever
see.
that is.
Okay, I got
that
you.
is listening to the program.
All right, Lafayette's way out west.
It's out in Wildwood where you
Right.
can look at some foliage. They got
Yeah, you
trees
could.
and
Leaves.
nice,
Yeah.
pretty colors out there.
I think our friend Brian McKenna went to Lafayette.
No, Lindbergh.
Lindbergh, I knew it began with an L.
Marsh, who's the most famous former Lancer? I mean, you got David Freeze, you got Ryan Howard.
Those are
Yeah.
two good ones.
It's probably David Freeze, I would have
In this
to
town,
assume.
anyway.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
in here in St.
Nationwide,
Louis.
probably Ryan Howard, but in St. Louis, David Freeze.
Yeah.
Liv, anybody significant attend school where you went?
Not really. I know one gal graduated before I was there, was on, I think, Law and Order for a while, like one of the supporting characters.
Oh, yeah.
But beyond that, I don't think so.
Oh, we just lost one, Doug.
Oh, no, he's out.
Brian Hinchin. That's it. I'm done.
He's done.
Finished. Too much boots. Not enough Liv and Marsh. I'm going to go listen to some podcasts to see who the Colts play this weekend. Hashtag free perk.
Listen, dumbass, I didn't say to play the Chris Raby thing, which had me in it.
Babe Truth says, KG, will you ask Marshy to finish the rest of the show? Tarps off. I need it.
I mean, where are we at? Where are we at in terms of the viewership?
Oh, that's true.
Not even close.
Are we even near the you're getting tased point?
No, we're a little past the halfway point. We got 254 right now. We do have a girl in today, which usually spikes the number, but we're not even sniffing 500.
I was gonna say I don't think there's enough listeners that are trying to get me in the sack with them.
Oh,
never enough.
Yeah.
Liv is tremendous. She's funny. She plays ball. But when Tim's not here, the audience just goes away.
I think, 254 for a Friday in the 8 o'clock hour without Tim, without Jackson. That's not bad.
It's not usually what we get, is it?
Yeah, we tickle 300 every now and then. Just tickle them, Doug.
Yeah. Well, it would help if you were to get tased.
It would.
Are you
I honestly
concerned
am
that
willing-
could stop your heart?
No.
Who has a taser?
I have one.
Have you really?
There we go.
Not with me, but I do have one.
For personal protection?
Yeah.
Wait, so how are we going to do
Doug,
this?
Just to have fun with it.
Is it the kind that shoots out the little prongs?
No,
This
it's
is the
like I
stun
have to
gun?
be on you.
You got
Have you ever
At
done
all?
that to someone?
No. It came in like a 2-pack with some pepper spray. I've never used it. I mean, I've turned it on and hit the button, and it's loud.
Huh. Well, would you be willing to try that on KG?
I don't. The liability there is a little sketch.
You think John Kiowski would sign? I'm willing to sign the waiver. I will
Probably
not.
wouldn't want to see it, no.
No.
I think we'd have to do
could-
that on our
off
own
campus?
time, off Hubbard property.
If we had one of the hosts murder another host, it probably would not look very good on
We
the
go
station.
viral for that.
Yeah, it would.
Well, could you tase yourself? Like if I just gave it to you?
Oh yeah, an accident. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you get? What would we get for that? What would the station benefit from you getting tased?
We get more viewers.
Make a reel, an
But what do
Instagram
do
reel.
we make money off of more views?
I mean, the morale would be high in the room, I
I'm a
think.
big morale guy. I don't know that you necessarily get money just off views. I think you got to build up the subscribers, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed, head on over to YouTube and find us at TMASTL. We're 262. We're going up, Doug.
Maybe it'd be different
killing
if everyone were to get this tase treatment. We see how we all react.
I wouldn't want to put, no offense to you or Iggy, but at you guys' age, I would not want to put you through that.
Me neither. I'm glad you said that. Okay, the three of you can do it.
No, I'm good.
I think Jackson could probably handle it. I know I could handle it.
I think anyone could handle it. It would just hurt more.
Well, it's something to think
I don't
about.
think it's meant to kill people.
No,
for
not
sure.
at all.
Can you, because it's tough to tickle yourself, right? Like, it doesn't work like that. Can you, I guess you could tase yourself, though, or stun gun yourself.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you just got to stick it on your leg.
Yeah.
Scat King Cole says Doug and Marsh need to butterfly kiss, or KG and Marsh need to mustache kiss to get your viewership up. How many viewers for us to rub mustaches?
Oh, man. What are we at now? 264?
265. It went up.
I feel like we need a 300 motivator because you got to have those
We
baby
need
steps.
something, yeah.
Yeah, get to 300.
Well, I don't know. What,
Is mustache kissing, is that before or after getting tased? Like, which one comes first? Because if tasing is at 500, like, is mustache kissing at 600? Or is it at 400? Like, where are we?
Gun to your head. Which would you rather do right now? Get tased or have a mustache kiss?
Oh.
It's a great question.
I can't say I've done either one of those things before. I probably get tased. No offense.
Okay, so then that has to be first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can mustache kiss with someone who was willing to shave their mustache. No offense. It
So we
looks
tore
great.
that weekend up. It was epic, and I was super stoked.
Was that one of Jackson's friends in Tennessee?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be hard for, you see these movies where a lot of times when it's a gay scene, when guys are gay in a movie, a lot of times the actors are gay, and I know it's just your acting. But God, wouldn't it be hard if you're not gay to have a series where you're gay and you got to kiss dudes every episode?
No. Maybe you don't take that job. When you get offered the role, maybe you don't take that one.
I know exactly.
Brokeback Mountain.
And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're not into that,
Well, but
I know
there's
it's
ways
acting.
that you can film that you're not actually making contact. Angles.
I don't know. I see lips touching lips.
What movies
That's
are
if
you
they're
watching?
Time to take a willing break. For that.
What are you watching?
No, I'm just curious. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying if you're not, you're not appalled by it. But if you're not used to kissing dudes and all of a sudden you take this role where you're a gay guy and you're having an entire affair with this guy for 7 seasons, you'd think, God, I'm really not into kissing dudes. It's kind of hard for me to get into this role.
I mean, I feel like after 7 seasons, you probably lean in that way. Like, right?
You probably wouldn't take
You're about
the job.
7 years in then.
Right.
Of kissing dudes.
If it was a role where you got to kiss beautiful women for 7 seasons, you'd say, sign me up. But if it was guys, you'd say, well, I'll wait on the next role.
I feel like I could kiss a woman and just be like, this is just my job.
I feel like it's different.
Yeah.
Why would
men
it
and
be
women.
different?
I don't know. It just is.
What the hell is this gay story about? That's from Big
It's not
Tough.
a gay story. I'm just asking a question. I could do it
Yeah.
because I would get into the part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which would you rather do? Touch mustaches or
Oh.
touch belly buttons?
We have clothes on.
No, it's belly button to belly button.
I mean, that's
So
no
your
big
shirt
deal.
would be lifted up,
We
or
may have
fully
to do-
closed, mustache to mustache.
We may have to do a 4th hour today.
No.
I'd rather do the belly button because you're just.
You guys should mustache kiss, then have KG tase himself whilst the kiss is in progress to see if Marsh can get zapped through the sensual lip contact.
It sounds
That
like
comes from Lefty
it sounds like
Jackson.
desperation radio to me.
Yeah. I don't even know if we need the zapping. I think we just have sparks on its own.
We're up to 274 on YouTube.
Well, if Doug were to show his nipples, you'd hit 500 viewers and at least a dozen
true.
ejaculations. That's from
Oh,
Scott's wrinkled
gosh.
nutsack, not his wife.
What kind of a comment is that?
Those people must be on Omegle.
Boy, you can tell the Cardinals are out of the playoff picture.
I don't know.
It's got whiplash.
Normally, that's what we'd be talking about.
How many viewers do you think a video of Doug cruising down like a river in a giant pumpkin would get?
Ooh.
Topless?
Probably not a lot.
Yeah, we'll throw in topless. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We'll throw it in.
We don't want a shirt
Paint
to
him
get
like
wet.
a jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, that's enough.
Doug's a content creator. How many views did you get? You asking your dog Dora if she wanted to go rollerblading?
I don't know.
If that got
boob job.
If that got like 1,000 views, you in a pumpkin would probably get about 10,000.
Your Mizzou uniform reveal narrations do some numbies for us.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The first one, it went real big. The second two have not gone as high, but the first one, we had some eyeballs on that.
Okay. It's just me looking at the uniform.
And the
That's all it is.
narration, it's all about the personality, and you've got it in spades.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, you're a content creator, though.
No, why would you say that? I don't create any content.
Oh, no, but you provide a good laugh.
Oh, I don't know. Just trying to get through this hideous radio show I signed up for. Can't really get out of.
Yeah, we get our mouth around that.
No.
Well, if me and Marsh were to rub mustaches or do a mustache kiss, I could
Back on
see
that.
I could see the temperature just absolutely going through the roof wherever people are watching. And if that happened, they may need to cool down a little bit. And if they needed to do that, Doug, I think they would call Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Oh, they probably would, yeah. So.
And now you're working with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling. It's designairservice.com. They've been in business now 4 generations. Seth is the 4th generation, and he prides himself on the legacy started by his great-grandfather, and that is customer service, number 1, no upselling, number 2. Here's the deal. This is the issue. We're going to fix it. We're going to take care of it. And I don't know how many people over the years, Design Air has been with us, have done business with them and raved about the experience. They're out there super quick, and they take care of our listeners. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
We are in the...
How's that edit, Doug?
That one was better.
That was a good edit.
That was nice. See, we didn't even think about it. It was so good.
No, we are in the Fisher Window and Door store, 8 o'clock hour. Still a chance to get involved. Text us at, what's that text line, Doug? 314-881-TMA5. That's the Shafer Door text inbox. Call in. We already heard from our pal up Brooklyn Way on the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004-TMA. And don't forget to send those emails in. We're coming down to the wire, Doug. There's only 2 shows left in the month of September. And as we know, Kevin Miller has a dangerous 2-goal lead on Buck Swope.
Has he?
Buck Swope won yesterday to close it to 2. If he wins today, he's got the opportunity to tie it up on Monday and force a 1-email playoff on Tuesday. Can Buck Swope get it done?
I don't know.
Is this Kevin Miller's time?
I'd like to see the winner this month get this golf trophy so we can get it out of the studio.
You know, I finally took the J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship poster bracket out of here this week. I'd talked to the two-time champion, Dogtown Ty, said, hey, this thing's been sitting here. It's collecting dust. Do you want this? He said, absolutely not.
No, he didn't want it.
So I took it home. I may do something with it.
What would you do with it?
I might hang it in my home studio.
Really?
Yeah.
Next to your Jenny Finch poster?
I would absolutely take that poster off his hands. I was a huge Jenny Finch fan back in the day, so I would put that poster in there.
Okay.
Yeah, make me an offer.
All right, we'll
$5.
No, it's going to the foundation, so.
That's true. So it's for a good cause. But yeah, Buck Swope needs to win the final 2 Design Air Heating and Cooling emails of the day for the month of September to force that playoff next week. JV golf coach with 3 wins, Frisco Peppas with 1 win, Gunter with 1 win, and the Trouser Arouser also with 1 win. So it's down to Kevin Miller or Buck Swope. If Buck Swope doesn't win today, it's over, and it may be Kevin Miller's time.
Okay.
How many ways can Butchie penetrate Kevin Miller?
I don't know. We'll find out today, probably.
We will find out around, I don't know, 9:50. And then we can go long if we have to.
Well, I think 3 hours would get
Tim and Jackson aren't here to need to get down to Balloon Party. Doug, do you know who's filling in on Balloon Party today?
I don't.
I think they're going an extra hour.
For opening drive?
Yeah.
With Randy and Brooke and Dan and who am I missing?
Rocchio.
Yeah. Matt Rocchio.
Okay. Well, we'll listen for that for sure.
Absolutely.
My golf tournament's been canceled because of the rain.
Oh, you got word it is canceled?
Yeah.
Where were you supposed to play?
Ann Briar.
Ah.
It's supposed to rain just all day long, isn't it? I think it is.
Yeah, not to move. It's supposed to be low 60s all day, too.
Yeah.
You don't like your golf balls soggy?
No.
Yeah.
And I don't like this cart path only rule either.
Oh.
I really hate that.
Do you follow that rule typically?
Yeah.
Marsh, you've kind of turned into a little golfer.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
You
but
like to get out there.
I like
see
to
your
get out
posts.
there. I like to swing the stick and have a few drinks and enjoy my time. I'm not good, but I enjoy golfing.
Liv, you ever get out there and hit it around a little bit?
No, but I went on a date at Topgolf once, and it was bad. I don't know why I'm so bad. I just am. Like, I can't even hit the ball kind of bad.
Yeah.
Everybody starts out that way, though.
Yeah, well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, they do.
What'd you think of Topgolf as a date spot?
I thought it was great.
You know what my go-to has been? Putt Shack.
Oh, I haven't been there yet.
I think I've gone on 4 or 5 first dates at Putt Shack.
Really?
Yeah, I'm worried that the employees are going to start asking some questions.
How many of those have turned into second dates?
2.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
There's been
Not
two.
a terrible return.
But the other 3 were such bad putters, you said, no way, get lost?
I don't know if it was the putting or just like personality flaws.
Yeah.
But
Probably the first one.
But
yeah,
you're hitting the dating sites pretty hard.
What's
sounds
that?
like. You're hitting the dating sites pretty hard, it sounds like.
You know, I've been a little lax on it lately. I'm still there. My profile is active, but we haven't been doing a whole lot of swiping. As you know, the first season of the TMA College Football 25 Dynasty on PlayStation 5 is kind of
Video
winding
games.
down. So I'm kind of getting ready for the playoffs there. My team's not in it, but as the chairman, I'm kind of in charge of that. So we haven't been doing a whole lot of swiping. We did have a first date earlier this week. Went pretty well. I think there'll be a second one.
Okay, good.
But that wasn't from the apps. That was like a real life situation.
Oh wow!
Ooh,
Really?
You never hear of those anymore.
That is old.
Someone in the wild?
But you're a man in love, right? So
I am,
you're not
yes.
active. How long have you been with your lady?
A little over a year now.
Where did you two meet? I need to know.
So we went to middle school together,
Aw.
and then I just slid in her DMs on Instagram. So not on the apps, but still using the phone.
Yeah.
So it's like in between.
Yeah.
So
You had that history together.
yeah, we did. Well, we never really hung out in middle school, but we have similar friends. So.
And that's nice too, because then if you have similar friends, you have people to vouch. Like, this person isn't a psychopath, right? Oh no,
Right.
they're great.
I feel like she definitely did that. Like, I didn't really do that. I was
Yeah.
just like, hey, whatever. Like, I guess that's.
I think women have to do that.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm at the age now where people I went to grade school with, I keep track because if I had a crush on them in grade school, I wait till maybe their husband dies and I reach out to them.
Oh, well, you're on that dating site, Carbon Dating.
Yeah.
When you get older.
Well, wait a minute, Doug. That's not fair because last week or the week before, our guy Iggy did set up a Hinge profile.
Oh.
I did that just for the show. I had no intention of using it.
And that's fine, but has anything?
No, I'm done with it.
Oh,
The three girls who reached out and started talking to me all asked the same question. Then I got 3 different emails from Hinge saying, Annie that you were conversing with has been kicked off Hinge.
Oh, what was the question?
They're all coming from Singapore.
They were all bots.
I believe it was, do you think I could kick your ass, if I remember?
One of them asked me, you think I could kick your ass? Well, because she asked a question, I said that you're allowed to put 6 profile pictures up there. I put a couple radio things, behind the mic, one in Jamaica.
Speedo picture.
And then I posted a picture of me with Lady Gaga and me interviewing some porn star at the AVNs.
Oh, yeah.
2 different girls, one with the Gaga picture, one with the AVN picture, said, "Oh, she's beautiful. Is that your daughter?"
Ouch. Ouch.
I said, well,
Are you getting turned on by this?
I said, one is Lady Gaga, and one is a girl with half her boobs hanging out with fishnets on with a big AVN sign behind her.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm interviewing my porn star daughter.
That would be awkward.
Yeah, I was a naughty little girl I was.
What's your age range set at? Or what was it set at?
I think I did 40 to 70, something like that.
Okay.
How about you?
I think I do.
You can admit it. You're up in the 60s.
No, I don't
No?
know that. And I'm
Okay.
not against that.
Get a cougar?
I'd go cougar hunting, but I don't have anything to offer the cougars. Like I'm not flush with cash. I mean, I am in HD2 radio.
Yeah. That says a lot.
But I think I've got it set from like 27 to like 45. Give myself a nice little wide berth.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you meet your significant other online?
Yeah, we met on Bumble.
Bumble.
Oh.
So that means you had to make the first move.
So this is what I did is because I would get overwhelmed on the apps. It's just a different world, a woman on the apps versus a guy. I paid extra so I could see who liked me first, and then I would just whittle them down from there. And so I saw that he liked me, and then I messaged him, and he was kind of like, well, about time. And then it worked.
And you were about ready to get off there, weren't you?
Yeah, so I could only do the apps in spurts because they would just be too much for me. And the whatever I had paid for was like a week, and that was about to run out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take another break. And it was literally down to a couple hours when Dan popped up. So it worked out.
At least there are no creeps on there. That's the best thing.
I was lucky in that I didn't come across any creeps, but there are creeps on there. I'm part of the Are We Dating the Same Guy STL Facebook group.
Ooh, I've been put on that site before.
No way.
Have you?
Yeah, actually, I got a text. Actually, I got like 3 texts from 3 different females that I know. One of them was Jess Kiowski telling me, I got some bad news. You are on this site. And
maybe you should stop going to Putt Shack
and I
so
wasn't timing anybody. I think because you can put somebody on blast on there, and oftentimes they are doing something shady. But I've also seen where girls are just like, "Hey, does anybody know anything?"
Right? Does he belong to anybody? Kind of a thing.
But they can post it anonymously, and it's a little unsettling to have somebody reach out and tell you that you're on this site.
Yeah.
Could this have been 2 girls that you went on a first date with? They kind of liked you, and they were hoping they were dating you?
Well, and I don't think there was 2 people, like, that both thought they were dating me at the same time. I think for me it was, does anybody know anything about this guy? Anybody got any scoop on him? And I think my sister was the one giving me a lot of information, too, and she told me, people are mostly being nice, and I had a couple of old coworkers hop in and kind of say, oh, no, he's a good guy, nothing to worry about there, but it's unsettling to, and I still to this day have no idea who posted it.
I have a friend of mine, she went out on some dates with this guy, and they went really, really well. She was super excited about him, and then this guy popped up on that page, and people started commenting like crazy, like, this guy is crazy, he gets to drinking, like, someone said he, like, threw his PlayStation through their windshield and like all this stuff, and she had no idea from the couple of dates she went on, and then she's like, well, I'm done.
Well, it is possible to date more than one person at the same time, right? If you're not exclusive.
Sure.
That's not a horrible thing, is it? To go out with a...
I'm kind of like Jackson. I'm already monogamy by nature, and even if it hasn't blossomed into an official relationship yet, I've never been real strong. I can't juggle more than one at the same
It's a lot.
It is.
And I'm a sensitive, gentle lover.
Oh, are you?
And when I'm feeling somebody and I'm talking to somebody, it feels icky to even be having little chats on the side. I want to give my full attention to that person. I wouldn't want to be dating some girl and find out that she's got some other conversations going on the side,
No, not
too.
if you'd already had multiple dates, but if you just went to a Putt Shack one time and then dated somebody else a week later, I don't think the first date has much of a cause to get really upset with you, do they?
Right.
And I think it'd be easier, too, if you're on Facebook and you have 150 of the same friends, that it'd be easy to kind of date 2 different girls from that.
In the YouTube chat, 100 West Dental, that might be Dr. Pryor. And speaking of good-looking males, that Dr. Pryor, va-va-va-voom.
Can we just run the commercial?
But he says, I want KG to read his Bumble profile live on the air. That will absolutely not be happening.
What's your go-to, like, pickup line? Do you have one? Is it, I hope you're not just saying, like, hey.
No, if you get just a hey, that's a red flag.
That's
right?
lazy.
100%.
I don't do a whole lot of bumbling, but on Hinge, what are you laughing at, Vaughn?
It just sounds funny.
But on Hinge, I do like it because I can make the first move, and I don't have like a go-to line. But I like to pick something that's on their profile and come up with something witty and
for sure
that could create some banter there. Show that I'm not just swiping right.
No.
A little personal touch, if you will. But just for you, Dr. Pryor, we're going to hear a little bit about 100 West Dental.
Okay.
Hey, even if you don't have a dental plan, you can go work with Dr. Brandon Pryor at 100 West Dental. Watch this, 100westdental.com. Went out to his offices for the first time a couple weeks ago, got to see what they have built right across from Munganess St. Louis Acura, and it is super impressive. Doug, we've determined that's in Baldwin on Manchester.
I think it is.
Probably near the Baldwin Beer Bridge.
Barely
I had to guess. 100westdental.com, or you can call 636-585-0100. No dental insurance, that's not a problem. The membership plan at 100 West Dental aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. No phone calls needed to get in. You can just check out the website with the calendar online for availability and book right then and there. 100westdental.com. Dr. Brandon Pryor, loyal listener, and he's running some great spots here on TMA all day. It's 100westdental.com. Use my name, and you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. That's 100westdental.com.
How's that edit?
Wasn't that jarring?
What would you do
I'm
differently?
going to let it go. I'm going to say okay.
All right.
You're more than happy to go back there and do them after the show.
No, I'm busy.
Yeah, why don't you contribute something to this show?
Oh, you kidding me with this carpal tunnel?
Fair enough. All right, I think we'll go ahead and close out the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. When we come back, it'll be the SP Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance 9 o'clock hour. We're going to have our drops of the week. Thanks a lot, Jackson, for getting those done. I had to come in early and do that myself, but whatever. So we'll get the drops of the week. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Can Kevin Miller clinch the month today? Or is there going to be something to play for on Monday, Doug?
I don't know. We'll find out.
It's up to our guests. Our guests will be voting today, so it's up to them, and they may decide a winner.
Yeah. Wow. The fate of the September email of the day competition could be in the hands of Marshy Marsh and Liv Maddox. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
Hey you, it's Dr. Pryor. If your mouth's been getting more action from late night pizza than it has from a toothbrush, it's time to come see me. At 100 West Dental, we know how to clean up your act and your smile. Whether it's overdue cleanings, a chipped tooth from a wild weekend, or just getting that fresh, I'm definitely not hungover grin, we got you covered. Look, we know you're not shy, so why shy away from getting your teeth right? Book your free consultation at 100westdental.com and let's give you something to smile about. Because hey, you deserve to be as smooth as Tim's golf swing.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's private exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With private exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass private exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
If you talk to someone who has had a kitchen remodel, say, from Acura and Thompson, they'd probably love to show it to you and say, look what our place looks like now. Acura and Thompson does it, and they do it right. Also, football season is here. You might want to update that man cave. Nothing better than sitting in a comfortable man cave, and Acura and Thompson can make it look like the best place in your house. You want an appliance? Maybe an appliance for the holidays. You're thinking about that. They've got the top brand names. They got Bosch, Thermador, Wolf, Sub-Zero. Got them all. Old Stacy is the appliance guy. He'll do you right. Matthew and Eric are the appliance installers. Also, they are looking to hire hire some lead contractors. If that is your line of work and you'd like to work for the best company in town that does this sort of stuff, Collier and Thompson is the one to look for. They've got almost everything, and it's all right there in-house. No need to go to 5 or 8 different places to remodel one room. With Collier and Thompson, the countertops, appliances, lighting, flooring, hardware, plumbing, electric, you name it, it is all right there in-house. They will take absolutely great care of you. Collier and Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier and Thompson, come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
This is wide receiver Luther Burton III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carter.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention Luther Burton III, we'll make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Check us out online at carltoninsurance.net. 314-961-4800.
This is Eric Conley, the founder of Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, our substance abuse treatment goes beyond mere recovery. It's about reclaiming lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection. Our dedicated facility is more than just a place of healing. It's a beacon of hope for individuals seeking to reintegrate into society and thrive in their work, family, and community roles. Our team is ready to help. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown and Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown and Crouppen, justice is our business.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster? So in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name.
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
And as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake?
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Can you name the artist on this one, Doug?
Do I have any one? I can hardly hear you. My earbuds are malfunctioning. What did you say?
Can you name the artist on this one?
Oh, hell no.
Is this The Cure? Alone by The Cure?
Iggy asked me about
I hope not.
10 seconds before we came back if I had The Cure queued up. I completely forgot. That's on me. But this is LSG.
I like some good R&B.
With My Body. I love R&B.
Would this be R&B? So it's got a little hip-hop in it. But
LSG, I think that was Gerald Levert. Maybe Johnny Gill was the G.
Is that right?
I can't think of who the S would be.
Okay.
Welcome back to TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen. We are in the, I got to pull this captain's log up, Doug.
9 o'clock hour.
Well, I know which 9 o'clock hour it is, but it's the SP Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance.
Oh, that's right.
9 o'clock hour on TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen. We still got time for you to get your Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day submission in. We'll get to that at about 9:50.
Okay.
We're going to have the drops of the week in this segment.
Oh,
Doug, I think I curated a nice little drops of the week this morning.
You curated them.
Curated. I got my thesaurus going this morning.
All right.
You know what time I got up today, Doug?
I'm about to sneeze. What time?
Get your sneeze. Yeah, get it out. Sorry, I put you on the spot.
No, yeah,
He lost it.
That might be good now. Okay, go ahead. What time?
1:30.
Oh, no.
1:30. The alarm was set for 2. When I woke up at 1:30, I thought, if I go back to sleep, it's over.
So you just stayed up?
Got up, went to the gym, trying to tighten this body a little bit before cuffing season.
You got a 24-hour gym?
Club Fitness, yeah, I have 24-hour access, which works out well because I typically go pretty early. Not as early as I went today, I was shocked when I got there and there was actually other cars there.
Really? A lot of people there at
Wow.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Couple.
That's too early.
Did you go to the one right down the road?
No, I live in South City, so I went to Hampton Village location.
Gotcha.
It's not too fancy, but it's got everything I need. But then I was here around 4:30 making drops, going down my dossier, making sure everything was going to go as smoothly as possible.
It's not a dossier, really.
It's a dossier.
It isn't.
What would you grade this show so far?
Oh, an A+ on your part.
Well, not just me. It's a cast of characters.
Oh, well, the show's been fine. It's been typical.
I think so.
Typical morning after show.
It's no different.
The Veiled
Marsh
Prophet.
is always in, and Liv has been in, so.
Yeah, I think it's been a good
Old
one.
hat.
KG, grab you some ticks for the Doggies Derby with Sporting Kansas tomorrow. Cougar Pit down there. That's from the Veiled Prophet. I've been to one game. I didn't notice it being Cougar heavy. Seemed like a younger crowd. Is the Doggy Derby, are we talking?
Is that soccer?
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Well, it is a rivalry game, so you never know who's going to show up.
Are they eliminated from playoff possibilities?
God, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. They're right at the bottom of the standings.
Doug, have you tuned in to every match?
Not every one. No, not every one. In fact, none this year.
No, really?
I was into it last year when they started. Got off to such a hot start, and everyone was excited about it. I was into it last year. This year, I kind of...
I haven't seen one. I haven't watched one.
No.
You're not much into ties or draws.
I don't like ties.
Yeah.
No. Settle it with penalty kicks.
Yes.
Does anybody really like ties? Does
No.
anybody go home thinking, boy, I'm glad that ended in a tie. How exciting. Nobody.
If you're in a match that you're expected to lose, I think you're happy to get out of there with a tie, right?
That's a loser's mentality.
It's being
You're happy if
realistic.
you
All or
win.
nothing.
You're happy if you win, not if you tie.
The only time we actually talk about it is when we play Zamboni's drops.
Name 5 players on St. Louis City SC, Doug. Go.
Well, the 5 best ones.
Like
Klaus,
Zhao Klaus?
Yeah,
Zhao Klaus.
him.
Roman
And
Berkey?
They traded Tim Parker.
Tim Parker's gone.
Yeah. That's about what I got for you.
That's it? Marsh?
We have 2 so far. We have Kyle Hebert.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that.
Kyle
I left
Hebert.
it for you.
I think Giacchini's gone. Yeah, he's gone now.
He counts. He used to play for him.
What's up?
He used to play for him. That counts.
Yeah. Yeah, Liv, I'll toss the next one to you.
Yeah, there's of course, he's such a great goalie, Billy Smith.
Billy Smith. Billy Smith.
He's pretty incredible, and Lupe Jones.
Lupe Fiasco. For sure.
Lupe Fiasco's on the team? Oh. Oh.
That's fantastic.
There is Jake Girdwood Reich that I remember now, just off the top of my head.
Oh, they have
pull that phone up.
They have Thor on their team.
Yeah.
Thor.
Thor?
Well, that's what they call him. It's his nickname, Thor.
Chris Hemsworth plays?
That's what I was thinking, Liv.
Don't forget Kojima. Well, I'm not proud of the fact I haven't followed it more. I've just never been a soccer guy my whole life.
I haven't either.
And while I'm thrilled that the team is here, I'm very happy they're filling stadiums and soccer fans have this team to root for. It's just never really been my thing. I don't mean to downgrade the team in the least because I'm very happy that they're here.
We want them to do well.
If you've been a baseball, hockey, football, basketball guy your whole life, it's hard to just kind of really dive into another sport with both feet.
So in the NBA, you've got the Larry O'Brien Trophy. You've got the Stanley Cup in the NHL. What's the World Series? Does the World Series trophy have a name?
Commissioner's Trophy.
Commissioner's Trophy, the Lombardi Trophy. What's the name of the championship if you win it all in the MLS?
The MLS Championship Trophy.
Yep.
You want me to? Are you crowdsourcing now, bro?
Yeah, I can't do everything on this show, Doug. But what I can do is get ready to play. It's Friday, and what a week it's been. And we're going to celebrate the week that has been with the drops of the week.
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Clip that off!
You ever have a freak off?
God, I guess 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock seems like he's pretty hard.
He's got a wide mouth.
And you just wake up in the middle of the night and masturbate.
What'd you say to me?
It's just a
wall full of dildo.
Gosh, why would you notice a gentleman's mouth?
Yeah, these aren't portobellos, my man.
You can't have an outdoor glory hole. Think of the rodents that would get through there.
Okay.
Okay, Doug.
Do you like your older gentlemen to be pretty?
I guess it's high time for me to nip this in the bud. I'm not looking for an older gentleman to quasi-adopt me or take care of me or even sleep with me.
And don't call me Diddy.
Group sex.
That means have sex with them.
That means he's been inside of me.
Speaking of hot, you see that Jackson dart?
Oh my.
What percentage of the audience do you think is hung?
Well, I enjoy porn. You'd be surprised how many sex offenders are in Maryland Heights.
I thought that the whole butt plug thing was more like a stimulating of the prostate and the pleasure that comes along with that on the male side. But
Well, it's like butt plugs. You don't start with the biggest one. You kind of work your way up to it.
Dancing cock.
If you don't know about it by now, that's on you, man.
What? That was Drops of the Week.
Drop, down, drop. Get it. It's always so disappointing when
Really
you hear
puts
that.
it all in perspective.
That was our show.
I always say this. I have the toughest time describing this show to people who have not listened to it.
No, don't even try.
Oh, I think I do a pretty good job of it. So anytime I come on TMA, I tell my girlfriend, hey, by the way, this is the show with the two guys who walked around Las Vegas asking people about cucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, yeah, have fun.
Yeah, she's disappointed in you too, isn't she?
No, I don't think so.
And me and Jackson, we're both shy little boys, and we had a tough time just walking up to strangers and trying to do the man on the street thing. So Jackson came up with a plan that we would hold up a sign that says $1 to answer a question, and we held that sign up, and they just flocked right to us.
Really?
So we went to the ATM, took out about $20, and we're just handing out singles to whoever would come up and talk to us.
Huh. I used to have to do a lot of man on the street stuff with Channel 4. Although if it's a TV camera, I think they're a little more likely to think it's not a scam of some kind.
Yeah.
They're not about to ask you for money.
How do you describe this show to people, Iggy?
I tell them not to listen.
Don't go on the YouTube.
Now,
Don't
Craig
listen.
Rutledge, our IT guy here, this is how he described it. He took a picture of our bathroom next door to us and posted a picture. There's a little thing of hand cream in there.
Yeah.
And a roll of towels. Says, not really what you want to see in the bathroom next to the studio of your body morning show.
Oh, body.
So he described it as body.
Yeah.
And I said, that's not ours. We have our own baby oil.
I actually learned that does Costco have baby oil?
I believe Costco came out and said they did not. They were refuting Diddy's lawyer's claims that he just went and picked up a tidy little 900 pack of baby oil and lube from there, but I think they tried to distance themselves from that.
We have yet to hear from Sam's Club, however.
Why would they have to distance themselves? It's a legitimate product. Everything they have there
I
is
just
for
don't think they
sale.
want to be associated with the Diddy shenanigans.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's pretty easy to prove your innocence. Anybody can come in and buy the product.
I'm a Costco member. I haven't seen a pallet of baby oil there.
No, I haven't either.
Speaking of freak-offs, Scott's Wrinkled Nutsack has a question for Liv and Marsh. Liv and Marsh, do either of you partake in plug use? Thanks. Again, that's from Scott's Wrinkled Nutsack.
I have a hard and fast rule that is an exit-only area, and I'm good on all of that.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marsh?
No plugs. No plugs. No. Can't say I do that.
You wouldn't entertain the idea?
No, I'm good. I'm kind of in the same line of thinking as Liv. Like that's where stuff comes out. I don't need to be putting
There's
stuff
so
out
much
there.
fun to be had around the corner.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, you're not necessarily shaming someone who would plug
not
himself
at all.
or someone else.
No,
It's
not
just
at all.
for
Do your
you.
thing.
That's just not me, you know. But I'm not gonna shame anybody else's kink.
We appreciate that.
Because we don't do that here.
I do. I do.
Iggy's Coat Trader has a question for me and Liv. He says, "Hey, Chairman and Liv, I need some advice. If a female on Hinge has every picture from the neck up and is in pics with other attractive women, she's a rocket, right?"
Nope.
What's a rocket?
Just
Good-looking
an attractive
woman.
lass, a rocket ship.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a tell when you see nothing but group pics. They make you decipher which one they could possibly be.
Yeah, I hate group pictures. Have like one maybe, but
Sure.
You need to be. It needs to be definite who you're dealing with. There shouldn't be a gray area. You shouldn't have to play a guessing game.
Now, what is the? Is there a rule when it comes to, like, when you're looking, and let's say one of the friends is like
Burly?
better looking.
Oh, better looking.
Better looking. Like, how does that? What's the psyche there?
I think if you're a real coxman, you try to match with them and then butter them up and be like, so what's up with the girl to your left in that picture?
Oh.
I don't know if that's the move.
No.
Though. I don't know if that's the move.
I would end that conversation.
The life coach says these women are known as icebergs. You got to look for that collarbone.
Gotta look for the collarbone.
I guess the collarbone can be telling, maybe, of the overall physique.
Wouldn't you be looking for an Adam's apple?
If you're looking for that.
That's a different story. That might be a different website, too.
Uncle Moose Knuckles. Marshy, can we get a shout out to all the former Blue Hens out here listening?
The Blue Hens,
Is that
yes.
Delaware?
Yes, it is. But it is a summer rec league baseball team. So shout out to the Blue Hens.
Are you on that squad?
Well, no. This was like back in high school.
Oh.
So it's been a minute. So you have the guap as well, the biscuits, just great.
These are teams you played against.
Played for, been associated with. I remember. So this was back in high school. These two groups of friends. They had it was like a rec league summer baseball team to the point where I think it was like senior year or maybe it was like junior. I couldn't remember which year. It had to be junior because a group of my friends, they started their own little baseball team and they played. And they like to talk a lot, right? They like to talk a lot. A real Colorado Buffaloes-esque team. But they could back it up, unlike Colorado. Now, they've lost one game. They're fine, but that is what it is. It's a different story. But the older kids in our school were a little upset because of how much ish the other team was talking, so they played each other. And this wasn't like a league or anything. This was like, hey, we put this team together. We're going to play you guys. And I wasn't a part of these teams. However, I was the umpire. It was my first time ever being an umpire. I was behind home plate. Oh, God. It was horrible. I was awful at it. Yeah, and I've never umpired again. I wore like a referee shirt because I didn't have an actual like umpire shirt, whatever the hell you want to call it. But one of the coolest things that happened in that game was there was a home plate collision. And the catcher held on to it. And I was standing right there, put myself in position. I gave him, you're out, all that stuff. But it was one of the coolest things ever. And there was a ton of people there, too. Like, this was like kind of like a big event. Again, it wasn't a league. It was just these two groups of kids that wanted to play this game. And, like, all of the high school kids came out to Pond Field and watched them play. And I was the home plate umpire.
I umpired back when there was only one umpire.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and you stood behind the pitcher. I mean, there was like Corey League baseball. There were kids. And you just called balls and strikes from behind the pitcher. Then you had to run out to second base. And there was a collision at home plate. And first I called him out. And then I saw where the ball rolled under his glove. He dropped it. And I said, safe. Some dad started screaming, you called him out. I said, well, I dropped the ball, and I called him safe. He goes, you can't change your call. I said, sure I can.
Watch me.
I'm the damn umpire.
I said, if he had the ball, then he didn't have the ball. It was a split-second thing. You're terrible. I said, get the hell out.
Oh, you threw him out. You ran him.
I did. I told him to get out. He didn't leave. I told him
No.
I said, I'm making $10 to do this game. You think I care?
Yeah, right.
I think the funniest thing is parents that their kids are like 5 or 6, and they're just complaining to the umpires. It's like, come on now. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
They're just having fun.
They're just advocates for their children. Is all.
Yeah.
Save it for the high school leagues, or not when they're in form team.
Oh, it's hard to umpire.
It is.
Really is, especially behind the plate, because you see some pitches and you think, well, I could see the batter's position here that was outside, but the pitcher, I could understand that he would want that call to strike too. Can we have it both ways? It's a ball and a strike. No, you got to call it one way or the other.
Some people like it both ways, but when you're an umpire, it's hard.
It is.
You got to save that. Some people like it both ways.
Okay, knock it off.
Oh, you're fitting right in, aren't you? Yes.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Liv has put on one hell of a performance today, so I don't think she necessarily needs to go here, but anybody that would need to up their performance game might head out to St. Charles and go to Pure Performance.
I could see that.
Pure Performance, Doug, if you're looking to elevate your performance, Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and they're known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. Come visit the showroom and talk with the folks at Pure Performance in St. Charles. Ask for Shelby. The address is 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or you can visit pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R performance.com. Pure Performance. At Pure Performance, you don't ever have to worry about paying for parts or services you don't need. When it comes to repairs, you can count on them to recommend only what your vehicle actually requires. After over 40 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in St. Louis and St. Charles, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands at Pure Performance. The 25,000-square-foot facility houses the largest showroom in the area, where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. It's Pure Performance, online at pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R performance.com.
Get your emails in. We've got about, 16, 17 minutes until the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Buck Swope has submitted, Doug. I know you were worried, but Buck has submitted.
Okay.
Kevin Miller, though.
He's waiting.
Nothing from. He usually does wait when
He's
I'm
in the
back there.
weeds. He's cooking.
When I'm
Let
back
him
there
cook.
doing the filtering, he usually comes in right before I'm ready to slam the door shut. He's like that person just trying to get on the elevator right before those doors close.
I see.
And I do need to apologize to Brian Hinchin. Hinchin, you emailed in yesterday right after I had closed up that filtered file. So just let that be a lesson. If you're going to get involved in the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, get them in just a little bit quicker.
No, his emails suck anyway.
Oh, Hinchin?
Gosh.
Yeah, terrible.
Iggy, give me your Mount Rushmore of TMA emailers. There's 20 years of material to work from. Don't be a prisoner of the moment. And
No, because most of the good ones don't do it anymore.
so who would you put on that Mount Rushmore?
Timmy Tom would be number one.
George Washington.
He went by a bunch of different names, but Timmy Tom Plowcup.
Who was the other guy who turned out to be a man of the cloth or something? He used to win a lot of them.
A man of the cloth?
Yeah, we found out that he had some job where he couldn't possibly let his identity be known.
I don't know.
He used to win a lot of them.
Misty Plops?
Yeah.
Was he a man of the cloth?
Somebody said that he was.
I don't know.
for
Misty Plops was great. Of course, he of Vianney's stepdad calendar fame. One of the best emails in the history of the show, Doug.
Was what?
Vianney's
Vianney's
stepdad, the calendar.
Dance.
That was, yeah.
Spicy Wiener's up there when he used to email in all the time.
Yep, Spicy Wiener had a hell of a run.
Dotem is, without a doubt, one of the best.
What about Blueberry Pop Pop?
Hey, he was good.
He was
so
damn
was the
good.
West County Turkey Baster.
Blueberry Pop Pop set the record for wins in a month with like 13 or 14.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Yeah.
How do you win 14 emails? That's
Yeah,
like
14 in the month of March.
Turned out to be you.
And it turned out
and
to
they
be me.
gave you the prize.
Well,
and the
nobody
cat
knew.
was out of the bag. No, we didn't know.
It's a
We
sneaky
honestly
little
didn't know.
secret on my part.
If you guys were TMA listeners, what would your names be?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Gosh, I don't know.
Like texting in?
Yes.
Like, I'm looking here. We got Harrison's brother Master, Shakira Sanders, Stan the Caddy, Uncle Moose Knuckle, of course. What would yours be, Doug?
I haven't given it any thought at all.
I think you'd have to name each other. I don't think you can come up with your own
that's
name.
true.
That's too hard.
Yeah, I have to think about that one. You were assuming, of course, that we would listen if we weren't on the show.
Very fair.
That's a pretty big leap.
I was thinking about this outside. I usually, probably 3 times a week, I see Ryder come in when I'm out there. And I always say, what up, Ryder? Because it seems weird saying and it's different with guys and girls. Like a girl, hey, Liv, hey, Learn, hey, Jess. But a guy, you don't want to really call him by his name, because I don't want to say, hey, Mike.
Why not?
It sounds so informal. I think all guys should have a nickname.
Really?
Interesting.
I think it really just depends. Like Doug is Doug.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an older gentleman, though.
But you can call me anything. I really
Distinguished.
don't care at this point.
Yeah.
I've lost my filter. Really, call me whatever. I don't care.
You don't hear many kids named Doug anymore
No,
these days.
but there were 2 or 3 in every class I was ever in grade school.
Really?
Yeah.
But like guys I see in the hallway, I never say, hi, Matt, Rockio. Hey, Rock.
Why not?
You know, Marshy Marsh. I never say, hey, Marshy. Hi, Marsh. Hi, Andrew.
What about
I say
Tommy or
Marshy Marsh.
John?
Sir. My bosses.
Hello,
Ah,
sir.
so if they're
Tommy
of
I call
authority.
Tommy. John I call Prez. But most guys, if they have like, you know, King Scott. Hi, Scott. I say, hey, King. It's always nicknames, you know. But with girls, it's different. You just kind of, you don't mind using their first name. But guys, I feel weird just saying, hi, Mike. You want to call him a nickname.
Well, it
Now,
should
or
be
or
that
last name, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sounds kind of stupid too. Hey, Ryder.
Swayze Possible Burner has a TMA text name for Liv. She said, or he, actually, that might be a woman. Swayze might be a woman. Says, Liv could be the fabulous Moolah.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's see.
A little historic there.
Scat King Cole says Doug's name would be Doug with the dump truck.
Oh.
Dump truck Doug over here.
314 says, I think Doug should be Hot Pants.
Yeah.
Uncle Wally's plastic ear says, I'm so disappointed that Blueberry Pop Pop doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it meant absolutely nothing.
Where'd you come up with it?
I don't know where that came from. I was probably on some of Chairman Steve's magic mushroom candies when I came up with that.
Okay.
But he was supposed to come in today in the 8 o'clock hour to talk about his trip to Grove 23.
Oh, it was, but didn't do it.
That's a miss.
What a shame.
The life coach says Jackson refuses to change my name to our Bud Dwyer. I shouldn't have read that one.
Well, it's okay.
The totem package says I call Doug the human dipstick.
Oh.
So none of these are really standing out to me. I call Doug Daddy. That's from Who's Your Daddy?
Daddy. Or what's a zaddy?
What's a zaddy?
Yeah.
Liv, can you take that one?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a zaddy is like, because how do I explain it? Like you're hot and kind of dominant. Like it's like when you're calling someone daddy, but it's just with a little more spice.
A little better. Okay.
Zaddy daddy.
Like Pedro Pascal.
Yes, that's a good example of a zaddy.
Is he a zaddy or is he an internet daddy?
Both.
I think he's zaddy.
He's in like everything these days.
I think it's interchangeable.
Yeah, the Oxford can you believe zaddy's in the Oxford Dictionary?
No, I was thinking Urban Dictionary.
Zaddy is a sexually attractive man, especially an older one who is fashionable or charismatic.
Oh.
The example sentence says, so many people go for Jeffrey. He's a zaddy.
Jeffrey who?
Just the example, and I don't think there's anyone in particular. They spelled it with a G-E-O. I don't trust that.
No.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
I like my Jeffs with a J.
Terrible. Yeah.
Joffrey, one of the worst characters in television history.
He was horrible, wasn't he?
He was.
In what?
Game of Thrones.
Never watched it.
Oh my God.
No, I didn't.
Me either.
Never got into Game of Thrones. I've never seen a second of The Sopranos.
That you would love. But when I tried to get into Game of Thrones because everyone else was watching it and talking about it, I said, I guess I better see what everyone's talking about. And every time I watched for about 10 minutes, it'd be somebody in what looked like a dark cave just staring into space. I said, I don't get it.
I tried one
action.
episode.
There was nothing going on.
Oh, one episode, you can't. You got to get into at least 3 when the king comes to where's Ned Stark from?
Up in the north.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of their castle. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's.
But the king comes to
Winterfell.
Winterfell to be handed the king, and then you got all kinds of stuff going on. You got brother having sex with his sister.
Yeah, and that's where it lost me. There was so much incest and rape, and I'm like,
Not
well,
interested.
I don't enjoy this.
No, me neither.
I get that, and I hear you, but there's just so much more than just that. But like that's that was of the times.
Yeah,
there was no time.
It was trendy back then.
I mean, there was
your brother.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He kept saying that too. He would say back then. There was no back then. There was never flying dragons.
Yeah, I would say, well, back then that was common. Well, there's no back then. It's made up. There was no dragons. There was no. And when I first heard about it, I said, I don't. This is like Lord of the Rings. You got witches and I don't know what. But after like 3rd episode, I was hooked. And
you were into it.
It became the best show I ever watched, except for the last season.
Yeah, the last season was pretty bad. The House of the Dragon show is pretty good, too. I really enjoyed that. I'm sure Jackson talks about it. He's a huge fan of it.
I didn't get into it. I mean, I thought the first season sucked because there wasn't a lot of action. It was a lot of dialogue. compared to Game of Thrones. It was just
Yeah.
boring. But then I started getting into it in the second season, and I still haven't watched the last 3 episodes of this season, so, that's when all the action took place.
Now, we talked about Harrison's brother Master and how usually negative he comes off as. So I got to read this one. I got to be fair because he did send in a positive text. Plus, it's kissing my ass, so I'm going to read it.
Okay.
You've done a phenomenal job today, KG. No BS. Also, Iggy totally had a Jenny Finch poster on the wall next to his bed.
Seems like
That's from Harrison's brother Master.
No, half of it was commentary. It was decent.
I think it's okay if you had a Jenny Finch poster. Who cares?
I do too.
I don't care.
But it was on the wall.
That's why whenever I take pictures at home, I always got to, all right, what's in the background?
Yeah.
What are they going to...
Well, that's because one time you took a picture of a spoon.
It all goes back to the spoon.
And you could see in the reflection, you could see him, and he was wearing tighty whities, and that was all. In the reflection of the spoon.
Gotta watch out for those mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty hot.
It wasn't hot. You're no zaddy.
But I'll take a picture and they'll zoom in. Oh, look, there's a picture of Learn. Well, she gave it to me. I didn't ask for it, and I'm happy she did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, is that a butt plug?
No. Why would you have that in a shot?
Well, when I was doing unboxings back in the COVID days.
Who decorates their family room with a butt plug?
It's beautiful. It's a nice silver. It looks like a paperweight.
I'm sure it's gorgeous.
It looks like a paperweight. It looks like a spade.
You don't see enough butt plugs in home decor these days.
Too many.
So it just happens to be there, and why do you zoom in on all the stuff?
Can you use that as like a wine stopper?
No.
No, it's made of really
too big.
Hard metal. I'd bring it in, but that's HR violation.
Yes, it is.
Not everybody was down on the spoon pick. The total package says, I still use the spoon pick.
Oh.
Good for you.
The 314 says, Ken just doesn't like House of the Dragon because there's less nudity. Such an old creepster.
No, I just said I don't like it because there's too much dialogue. There's not a lot of action. At least dialogue led to something in the Game of Thrones. In House of the Dragons, there was just dialogue after dialogue. And how many times I got to watch this lady have a baby and bleed to death?
Oh, gosh.
I mean,
when you watch old movies, it's almost all dialogue. You go back to the 40s and 50s and those movies that were considered classics at the time, they are so slow. There's just very little outdoor action type stuff.
There's some movies that just don't have any dialogue. Like there's just a silent film. That's how films used to be.
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet. I really enjoy that.
Piano music in the background.
Yeah.
You're going back like into the 1920s now.
Yeah, and they're running at like
like Buster Keaton.
2 times the speed of a normal person.
Yeah. Charlie Chaplin.
Trip to the moon.
Yeah, I read the other day somebody said Charlie Chaplin, one of the great actors of our generation. Great actor. He didn't do anything. He
It was body acting.
He's definitely an actor.
He walked around and get hit in the head with something, and
he was at one point he was about the most famous person in the world.
Well, yeah,
he was right there.
There was nothing going on except for silent movies.
Now, this is a question that I usually default to on one of these Putt Shack first dates when the conversation might have a little lull. And I think it gives some insight into the personality of the person you're on the date with. So I'm going to go around the dais and ask this. If you were banished to a deserted island and you could only take one movie with you.
One movie?
That you would be allowed to watch for the rest of your days. What movie are you taking?
I guess you would want it to be something funny so you'd be in a good mood, not something depressing because you're already going to be pretty depressed being there, right?
It's up to you, Doug. You could take Castaway.
No, I wouldn't want that. I think it would be something funny. I guess the funniest movies I've seen are like Airplane and Animal House and the movies like that.
I said one.
Okay, well, I have to pick between one of those two. I'll pick Airplane.
Marshy?
Give me School of Rock.
Great choice.
Jack Black. I love that movie. I could watch that movie over and over again. I've probably seen it over 100 times.
100 times?
Oh, yes.
Really? Okay.
It's a great film.
Mine would be my favorite movie of all time, Adam Sandler's The Wedding Singer. I've probably seen that 100 times and could recite it.
Iggy?
It's where the boys aren't.
No. I was going to say The Invisible Man. This movie about a guy that comes up with a potion and makes himself invisible and just goes into women's showers.
That's telling.
Goes into women's showers all the time.
Was it showers or the porta potty?
No, just showers and bedrooms and things like that. I would probably say Godfather. I never get tired of watching The Godfather.
Yeah, that's true.
Mine is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just simply can't. Every time I watch it, I laugh uproariously.
I've
like
never
it's the
even
first time
heard
I've
of
seen
it.
It's so good, Doug.
A recent movie? Must be.
2011?
Yeah, sounds about
I don't know
right.
the years, Tim.
No, I don't
It's
either.
a movie about Sarah Marshall, Doug.
Sounds like it.
And forgetting about her.
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall was 2008. Struggling musician Peter Bretter is the boyfriend of TV star Sarah Marshall. After she unceremoniously dumps him, he feels lost and alone, but makes a last-ditch bid to get over it by going to Hawaii. However, she and her new boyfriend are there in the same hotel. So,
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then hijinks ensue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's that? Kristen Bell? Is Sarah Marshall?
Kristen Bell is Sarah Marshall. Jason Segel is Peter Bretter. You get to see his ween in the first couple minutes of that.
Kristen Bell's dad was an assistant news director at Channel 4 when I was there, and he had her picture on his desk when she was just a kid, and it was the cutest little girl I've ever seen. That's why I remember the picture, and she grew into be this big Hollywood superstar.
You'll never forget Sarah Marshall.
No.
Well,
Okay.
what do you think? We get to these emails?
Let's do
I'm ready.
I've
We're
got
gonna see if who is his name? What's his name? Kevin Miller.
Kevin Miller.
Or is it
did
Kevin
submit.
Millar?
Nope, Kevin Miller.
You'll know it because it'll be the first time he ever. It's always the first time, and it's always the first time. First time I had anal, and it's like every day. It's a first. How many times can you have anal for the first time?
There's only one first time. So before we get going here, just to recap, if anybody other than Buck Swope wins today, it's over. If Buck Swope wins today, he cuts it to a 1-goal lead, and he'll have to win again on Monday to force a 1-game playoff on Tuesday. All right, let's get to it. It's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Oh, we'll start with our guy here. He always bets lead off, doesn't he, Doug?
Usually does. The music's too loud.
Kiss my ass, Doug.
I don't like to be told what to do.
I'm not one to buy votes because saying Mr. Marsh and Liv were incredible today is just a guy telling the truth. But this email is about the first time I saw a guy-on-guy teabagging. 1984, Halloween party over at my buddy Johnny's house. My buddy Butchie dressed up as Sam Elliott, and Johnny's dad? Well, Johnny's dad didn't have to even wear a costume, and Dougie spelled wear W-H-E-R-E.
I don't like that.
Because the man was the mere image of Wilford Brimley. We all started egging Butchie on. Mustache kiss, mustache kiss. So we went all squints Palidorus and grabbed Mr. Reichert by the nape of his neck and started making out with him. It was so hot. All of us watching got what doctors call an erection. As Butchie grabbed Mr. Reichert's Johnson, he pulled away. As he walked away in embarrassment, Butchie zapped him with a homemade taser he had made with 2 9-volt batteries and wire from his remote control airplane. Dude dropped like a hot potato. Butchie yanked down his praise pant and started licking him from behind, tonguing his coin purse, then flipped him over on his back and started busting flesh. Then Butchie decided to give us a show, and he withdrew his shaft as he felt the inevitable... We're going to skip that.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
He stood over Johnny's dad and covered his... Nope, we're not going to read that part either. Doug, that comes from Amanda Mount.
Okay. Amanda Mount. It's French.
Very entertaining show today. It was quite enjoyable and provided the incentive to jump onto the YouTube and catch Jackson's Long John Silver's ads. Nice touch to have the camera focus solely on Liv during live reads. And I learned that IA is limitless if it can create the cat doing Chris Hansen. But then Liv mentioned being cast in a role and kissing a girl, and I started feeling all tingly.
No.
And you dorks stepped on it and went right back into touching mustaches and completely ruined Tim's birthday. That comes from Shooter McGavin, Vice President of heavily used Jenny Finch posters.
Shooter McGavin.
And I want to apologize to the YouTube viewers today. Something was going on where it was going to just Live on camera at times. I'm not equipped to fix that.
No.
There's multiple outlets for you to listen to this show. If you couldn't get past that, I apologize.
Okay.
And Yong, you're not allowed to ship liquid. One time I shipped my brother a bottle of scotch for Christmas last year. At the post office, they asked if there was liquor in the box. I said no. Tee-hee, thanks. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Hinchin, pin name Buck Wing.
Brian Hinchin.
I was standing out there thinking whenever Mike Ryder walks in, you know Mike Ryder? I say, what up, Ryder? That's it. That's a story. Thanks, and Anyong. Number one Asian intern Brian Hinchin, helmet sticker to Strode for this aneurysm-inducing moment. Was that Jim Hayes at the beginning of that audio postcard? Braby? Text in and let us know. Was that Jim Hayes? Braby? Jim Hayes? What's that? It explicitly states that this is Chris Hansen at the end? Okay, well, was it Jim Hayes? That's from Brian Hinchin.
Brian Hinchin, point 2.
Third string, sup. Feel the warmth in that room. Hurricanes are blowing. Baseball is ending. Crime is soaring. Glory holes are bussin'. Barbecue is smoking. Cucking is coming. Liv was a treat. Marshy was slutty. Iggy commanding the brags. Doug bringing the ass. KG just pointing on A-plus talent. Me, so horny. Suck it, pluck it, Flocky the Smurf.
Flocky the Smurf.
Hey guys, today's show was way better than I expected. Kissy kissy, that's from the Total Package.
Total Package.
A nice little message there.
Short and sweet.
I know we usually say Marines, police, firefighters, and zipline enthusiasts are the bravest people in the world, but I'd like to use this platform to talk about the real bravest people on Earth. Women who ride on the back of motorcycles. Here we have gals who are willing to fly down scenic Highway 30 in mild traffic, inches away from 80,000-pound semi-trucks with drivers hopped up on Amazonian caffeine pills, all while wrapping their safety belt legs around 1,200 cc's of American power and a tattooed felon named Shovelhead they met at Helen's. I know, you think this sounds sexist. What about guys riding behind guys on bikes? Ugh. Well, just stop. Guys know how to double up on a bike. When Doug rides on my hog, he sits reverse cowboy style, so he's facing me while we're feeling the freedom of the Great River Road. We're basically interlocked, if you know what I mean. Lots of eye contact, lots of sexy danger.
I don't like this one.
Here, I'll explain it in graphic detail.
No, don't.
First, I poke a hole in my leathers. Oh, and then it gets graphic.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is we're inside each other. That's from
God! What in the world?
That comes from Freddie Froghorn.
Freddie Froghorn just got himself suspended. He got himself suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name, as we speak, is going into the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com suspension logule. No, it doesn't feel very good. That's the intention of it all.
So when can Freddie come back?
2 days' time.
Okay. Do the weekend count?
No, they do not.
Gotcha. Business days. Remember when Paul Rudd, Brad Pitt, and Tom Selleck were guest stars on the hit TV show Friends? Now let's contrast that with today's TMA. Half the hosts didn't even bother to show up, and we were left with a ragtag group of fill-ins. TMA used to boast great subs like Jay Jr., Charlie Marlowe. Now we're stuck with a listener off the streets who sweats more than a long-distance runner. A cute guy who used to be in shape but can't stop pounding Busch Lights. And a sweetheart who immediately regretted her decision. Bless her heart. You could tell Liv just wanted to do something nice for her underprivileged coworker, as if spending time with you jabronis is some sort of charitable contribution. If you watch the YouTube stream closely, you could see the exact moment Liv considered faking a personal emergency so she could escape that tiny blue hellhole. It was right around the time that you guys started talking about mustache rides and chest hair. I'm not sure how you did it, but at least you managed to finish the show. Especially impressive considering the fact that there was a stretch of dead air at 7:20 when you guys literally ran out of stuff to talk about, like some sort of awkward first date. Luckily, you guys had the bright idea to thoroughly break down Maine's Foliage situation to fill the silence. At least you're all cute, so we don't really care how bad the show was. Come back soon, Liv and Marsh. Have a great weekend, everyone. That's from the JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach.
Oh, man. And finally,
okay,
you know who it is, Doug.
Buck Swope.
This is not a sports show. This is the Ken Show. What up, Marsh? Yeah, we were talking about you a couple weeks ago when I hijacked this presentation to mention that they were trashing you on the Learn Show. Welcome back, Liv. Oh, you're into wrestling and Battlehawks? What part of Jefferson County did you say you were from? As a Jeffco person, I take offense.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, you're from Maine? Well, in that case, let's all stop what we're doing and listen to me recap the episode of a cartoon based in a fictional town in a state several hours away from there. Wow, that was a fire audio postcard from Raby about Iggy's autographed Jenny Finch poster, but it was a little out of context. The important context you need to know is that Iggy accidentally touched Jenny's boob that one time he interviewed her in person because he was so nervous. Ours is the type of presentation where a petite, unemployed firefighter from Brooklyn feels free to drop in at any time to educate a bunch of cisgender men about how lesbians wrap it up. Until a 67-year-old straight man brought the conversation to a grinding halt when he asked her if she likes the trib. Why is that creepy? Oh, we're talking about the Ashley Madison documentary I didn't watch? Didn't they just send you hookers? No? It was just a bunch of men talking to each other like those pathetic dudes on OnlyFans? What a bunch of losers. Hey, do you want to hear about all the many times I was in that chat room on AOL pretending to be a girl? Trying to get other girls to send pictures? No? Okay, well then let me tell you about this influencer boy in Miami I'm infatuated with who likes to go live with creepy old naked men. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. And Doug, that's from Buck Swope, and that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Well, I think it comes down, in my opinion, to the JV golf coach and Buck Swope. We had a nice email this morning. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Buck Swope.
One vote for Buck Swope. Liv.
To me, it comes down to Shooter McGavin and Buck Swope.
Does it?
And I think I want to go with Buck Swope.
Oh, be darned.
You know what? We've got 5 in here. Should we have a 5-way vote?
Sure, absolutely.
Marsh?
I'm actually going with the gentleman who just got suspended. I believe his name's Froggy Foghorn.
Oh, yeah.
Is that his name? Wild Hogs was actually one of my favorite movies growing up. Tim Allen's in it. And I didn't know that was a deleted scene, so I'll have to go back and watch it.
John Travolta was in there.
Yeah,
It was a pretty funny movie.
Okay, 2 votes for Buck Swope, 1 vote for Froggy...
Freddie
Foghorn.
Iggy?
Well, it's a no doubter. I mean, Shooter McGavin was the best.
Shooter McGavin was the best.
You got to vote for Swope, I guess, or make your own, or else we're going to have a 5-way tie, and we can't do that.
No, Swope would win if you vote for somebody else. If he has 2 votes, that'd be the most.
Well, I'm saying if he votes for Shooter McGavin or somebody, one of the 2 that Marshy Marsh or Liv voted for, then we got no winner.
Well, you already know what I'm doing, Doug.
What are you doing?
Buck Swope.
Oh!
Congratulations.
It wasn't even that good.
Buck Swope has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. That's his 6th win in the month of September, and he has closed it to a 1-goal game. Jackson said it yesterday, don't let him get 1. And he got 1.
Right.
Now he's got 2. And on Monday, Kevin Miller's going to have to bring it a little stronger to win that coveted emailer of the month.
Well, it'll be exciting to see how it all plays out.
Frankly, I don't see how I get any sleep this weekend.
I wouldn't think you would. No.
Real nail biter.
You didn't last night, so obviously you don't need it.
I went to bed early last night. I got up early, but I was in bed early.
Okay.
So, well, I think that's going to do it. I think we'll go ahead and shut her down. Big thanks to Marshy Marsh coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Guys.
Big thanks to Liv Maddox for coming in and hanging out.
Happy to be here.
Of course, Doug Vaughn, Carnegie Strode. Happy birthday, Tim McKernan. Jackson, have fun up in Chicago. I am Chairman Kurt. This has been TMA, and it's presented by Brown and Crouppen.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out 101 ESPN, HD1, by the way. It's sports.